Once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of that ship was a Billy at Tea. The winds blew hard, her bow dipped down, and blow, my bully boys blow. Ha! Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Ha! Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of that ship was a Billy at Tea. The winds blew hard, her bow dipped down, and blow, my bully boys blow. Ha! Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Ha! Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of that ship was a Billy at Tea. The winds blew hard, her bow dipped down, and blow, my bully boys blow. Ha! Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Ha! Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of that ship was a Billy at Tea. The winds blew hard, her bow dipped down, and blow, my bully boys blow. Ha! Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Ha! Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of that ship was a Billy at Tea. The winds blew hard, her bow dipped down, and blow, my bully boys blow. Ha! Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Ha! Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of that ship was a Billy at ship that put to sea, and the name of that ship was a Billy at.
Have you played this game before?
Ship that
Piggy over here.
to sea,
Oh, one sec. Alright, yeah, we're officially live. Holy fucking shit. Ugh. That was messy. Yes, I've definitely played this game before.
Nice.
Alright, so, hello people. That intro was by another VTuber named Vivi-chan. I'm actually doing a collab with her soon. You haven't even built the game.
Are we starting on a, I guess, new map, or you want to start on...
Yeah, I already loaded a world, and I'm already in it because I assumed that you'd be right here next to me instead of, you know, not booting up the game yet.
Hell yeah. Let's do this, man. Okay, let's see.
By the way, can everyone hear Goth alright? This is my virtual brother Goth.
Hello. Hello, hello. Join world. Here we go. Join world. Perfect. Properties.
Alright, so you're loading in though, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, but yeah, everyone can hear him? Alright, I think people can hear you. That's good.
That's good. Get off, Lee May. It's my cat. Just being sassy. Sit over here. Sit over here.
Yeah, I'm more of a dog person myself.
Oh, what kind of dog do you have?
A Bichon.
Bichon. Ho, fancy.
Yep, currently he's recovering after a serious operation that scared, like, the color out of our faces.
Oh shit! What did they do? Or what did they? What did he need, or he or she need?
He needed to get a cyst removed, which we didn't know about until it ruptured and started to fester.
Oh man, is she?
He,
Is he doing better?
a lot better. That was like about a week ago that he got, hey.
Lol.
It was about a week ago that, it happened. So, actually more than a week, maybe 2 weeks by now. And yeah, it was definitely scary for the first day. Actually, speaking of which, it occurred to me that I know nothing about you, and probably does no one else in my audience, so why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey, I am Gothzapper. That's my streamer name. I like to play Addicted to League of Legends. Wait, where did my hook go? I think I threw it off into the ocean.
I think I picked it up.
Yo, we're good. We're good. Oh, thank you. That was awkward.
Very. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, I'm Gothzapper. I like to play League of Legends, and I guess I would say like the main type of game I like to play is like turn-based games. Right now, I don't play a lot of single-player games though. So
Turn-based, but not single-player.
right?
So, like, board games, then?
I don't. I play some board games. Yeah,
I will
But,
challenge you to 5D chess at the drop of a hat.
I don't actually know what that is. Is that
It's
the chess with just like more intense, or what?
It's chess with 5 dimensions,
Oh,
including the 4th dimension, which is time.
oh God! That's too big brain for me. I'm smooth brained.
Believe it when I say, it's actually not that hard.
Whoa, this game is helping us out there. We already are getting close to an island.
Have you never
Right.
played RAFT before?
Me, it's been a while. I play on and off.
Yeah, I've gotten decently far on my own. There's definitely, like, a nice game to play with, like a podcast or a documentary in the background.
You could play this on your own, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that.
I mean, I was already in this world before you joined, which meant that I was alone.
That is true, yeah. That is true, but like, is it hard to play on your own though? So that's the real question.
If you die, you lose everything, and it's not like Minecraft, we can get it back.
Oh, that's true. I actually have not played Minecraft before.
I'm shocked to find that there are people who have never played Minecraft before.
I guess it's just never sparked my interest, really. I play a lot of games that are similar to Minecraft, so. No, I don't play Fortnite. I want to specify that.
But if you want to
Alright,
hop on that island, you gotta be very quick and grab resources.
Ah, there's a shark!
Hey, Artemis.
That shark!
Bad Artemis.
Do you want to be, like, should I get a spear too, or do you want to be, like, in charge of that?
We should get, like... We should all have one of
spear.
everything, at least.
Yeah, might as well. Oh, shit, I need rope. Rope here. How do you, let me see, how do you increase your platform? You gotta get yourself a little...
Hammer.
Hammer. Yes, builder hammer. Okay, I need rope still. That is what I'm looking for.
You know how
The
to craft it,
hammer.
right?
Yeah, just tab.
No, I mean how to craft a rope.
Oh, yeah. I know how to do that.
Palm
Totally.
leaves.
Bam. Did it.
I remember when I first started playing this, I went through 3 different worlds before I was able to, like, get a handle of it. I'm pretty sure the
Yeah?
reason... So the first world failed because I didn't think the shark would eat your raft, and I panicked and quit, because I didn't make a spear. Second world, I beached myself on an island, and I didn't have any resources to make a paddle to get away. I don't
Oh, I
even know what
forgot
happened.
this
Oh, the
song.
third one, the shark destroyed my water purifier, and I'm just like, fuck it.
Big whoop.
So it's like, but on the fourth world, then I got a handle on it. By the way, how's the chat doing tonight?
Get some, here we go. Put a plank right there.
Oh, it reminds me, I haven't even introduced myself to your chat either, have I?
No, go for it. Go for it. Introduce yourself.
My name is Grim Graham. I am your little brother, correct?
Sure. Just a brother, big, I don't know. Big or small.
Well, I mean,
Doesn't really matter to me.
when did you get into this?
I think I was a little earlier than you.
Yeah, so you're bigger brother. Yeah, and if you're wondering why I look like a Titan, it's because I'm a Knuckle of V.
What is that again?
We are, like, the way to describe it is water demon, but we're not actually infernal. We just
Oh,
come from the water.
okay.
Yeah. The Scottish called us the Knuckle of V. We have our own word, but humans can't hear it. Because infrasound.
I was gonna ask what is the Scottish term for it?
That is the Scottish term, Knuckle of V.
V. Ho ho.
Yes. And there's nothing more satisfying than watching people react to my model.
They're like, what are you?
Oh yeah, like, and I have, like, people's reaction, like, you know our brother Eldritch, right?
Uh-huh.
I
I
DM'd
do.
him the picture, and he's like, what the hell is that?
What is it?
Every time people see my model, like, in its full glory, they're like, what the fuck?
That must have been interesting explaining your model or your idea to
It's...
our mama and dad.
Oh, yeah, like,
Papa.
Mama Garu, I had to say to her, I have, like, an out there concept, but first, are you okay with drawing, like, skin without, like, or, like, flesh? Like, you know, just bare muscle, no skin?
Yeah, what did she say?
Well, I mean, I had a feeling she would, because I've seen some of our other brothers and sisters, and holy
Mhm.
shit, like, I can't even remember his name, and it sucks, because I was in his stream, like, 2 days ago. He's like a
Huh?
spider, and he has, like, 6 eyes.
Yes. I've seen that one.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
We need food.
Yeah.
What have you been
I'm
doing
gonna
with
start
your...
making a grill.
Yeah, you're gonna do
I'm gonna
that?
start making a. Yeah. Oh.
Bad Artemis.
All right. Anyways, should probably expand our. Well,
Yeah.
let's just make a simple grill real quick. Fuck, I need more wood. Oh, we've landed.
Actually, can I make one right now? Yes, I can.
What do you need? What do you need? We can share. It's communism.
Communist.
Yeah.
I already made it.
You did okay.
And it wouldn't be communism without potatoes.
Hey, you already got a potato.
I told you I was a historian, right?
No, you haven't actually.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the things I like put in my bio, and I try to like squeeze into every networking thread I can.
Huh?
I'm like eliminate the communist thread at once and do not even. Oh hey, it's anime. He was in my last collab. I'm glad to see him here. His full name is
Yay!
quote, anime is a plague on the West. And he gave me his honest critique about anime last time he was on.
Wait, do you not like anime?
No, that's his name. Literally, it's anime is a plague upon the West.
You eat that potato. I'm gonna put something down here too. Oh, all right, that works too. How do you place down a potato? You just press E or something, right?
I think
That's how you do it.
Wait, how to place what?
You just place food on the grill. You just E, right?
Yeah, but you have to, like, hold on it. Like, hold it out in your inventory.
Oh,
By the way, do you have plastic? I want to expand so we don't lose the grill right away.
I do. How many do you need? Just
Just
throw it down here.
any of it.
There you go.
But yeah, I'm a historian. I specialize in 20th century history, but I also have like a knowledge on a few different subjects. I know a thing or two about Sherman's Georgia campaign and the American Civil War.
Ooh,
I know about like a modern history of Japan and China. I know a few things about the Roman Empire and
great empire, by the way. So sad they left, or got dismantled, or dissolved.
I mean, depending on who you ask, they were around in the Middle Ages.
My favorite, I guess, era is the Renaissance Festival. So much shit went on there.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't like associate Rome with that, but that's because Rome changed its capital and is now in what is modern-day Turkey.
Irma has no chill in history. Oh, that's our,
Huh?
that's our mama saying that.
Oh, Mama's here!
Yes, I am collabing. I'm collabing with my brothers and sisters, hopefully.
Yes, I actually can't wait to collab with Sister Ina. I haven't
y'all
asked her
gonna-
yet, but one day I really want to. Turkey is
Yeah.
sus. Yes, it is called Constantinople, not Istanbul.
Do you go to like, since you're a historian, I'm just curious, do you go to like those reenactments of history or events like Civil War
I don't go to-
reenactment?
Well, no, not really. Like,
I always wanted to go.
I guess I started learning history through memes.
Through memes. Oh.
In fact, I even have a few
Interesting.
history memes on my channel.
Oh, okay.
Probably my favorite is the one I titled "I put snow halation over the Japanese war crime" article on Wikipedia. The silence says a lot.
Big oof.
I mean, it's educational, so you can't say I'm not wrong on that.
Oh,
Although I do
okay.
admit that is, without a shadow of a doubt, the most edgy video I ever made. Was that one right there. Oh, Artemis is back.
Stupid Artemis. Stab.
I have no idea
my
what
favorite-
this is, but it sounds epic. Oh yeah, if you just go to my channel, and it's also one of those things where, like, I'm really proud of, like, the effort I put into it, because the thumbnail for it, was definitely something. I am very proud of my, thumbnail. Speaking of Artemis, she inspired a lot of my thumbnails.
Really? Okay, okay.
Yeah, like, Artemis is my favorite VTuber, and, just from, like, the debut, I knew I was gonna like her.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, her, her, I'm tripping here. Her thumbnails are really like a work of shitposting art, and I want to copy that, although I do put in way more effort than she does. Which, I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. I like to think it is.
Artemis Blue Sea. Oh, my favorite subject is science. Science. I hate history, by the way. History, I mean, I wasn't bad at history, it was just, you know, just memorizing dates and stuff like that.
Okay,
Didn't really spark anything.
I cannot remember dates or names for the life of me. And, like, I don't think those really matter as long as you get, like, a few years correct.
A few years correct, yeah.
But, like,
when
like, to people who say history is boring, I say you just haven't been told it in, like, an interesting way yet. Because history really is, like, about stories, and about people telling stories.
That's true, yes.
For example, that one time Austria beat itself in a war against the Ottomans.
Oh, I got a blueprint for antenna, by the way, just so you know.
You can throw that away.
We don't need it? Okay.
So once you have it, once you pick it up, you can throw it away, and it's just in your crafting menu forever. No, but yeah, there was like the Battle of Sebes, where the Austrian army literally fought itself. That was incredibly embarrassing.
Oh shit, I need food.
Oh.
I need a potato.
Alright, hold on.
It's okay, it's okay.
I'll drop one for you.
I'm gonna drink some of your water and fill it back up.
Fair enough. But yeah, I dropped
see
the
the
potato
light.
for you.
Oh, gracias. Yes. The potato? Potato?
Like, you passed it, it's right there. That box.
Oh, yes. Potato.
But yeah, like, wait, Austria literally fight themselves? Yeah, that was the Battle of Sebes. Now, there's arguments as to whether or not this battle actually happened, but there's enough information that suggests that the Austrian army was at the town of Sebes, which was a strategic position, and for some reason they left it. So, it's a moment I like to call literal drunk history.
Literal drunk history?
Yes. So, what happened in the battle was, like, this was when the Ottoman Empire was in its prime, so they were all over, like, they were spreading through Europe, spreading Islam in Europe, and, you know, Sabaton wrote that song about the winged hussars and blah, blah, blah. Hooray is in the water. Yes, she is. We call this one Artemis, because we want to be a little bit more original.
I need leaves. I'm looking for leaves.
I got 10 leaves. Here, I dropped them right next to you.
Thank you.
Anyways, back to Battle of Sebes. So basically, the Austrian army, I think at this point it was still the Holy Roman Empire. Not that it matters that much. They knew that they were going to get invaded, so they started to, like, set up around the town of Sebes. And on a night patrol, a group of soldiers ran into wandering traders who had, like, barrels of schnapps, of which they bought with their own money. So these guys decide, we've been on patrol all night, we might as well have some fun, so they decide to get really, really drunk. So then another patrol came by, and they met up, and they're like, hey, can we join the party? And this is the thing, there was like this really big sense of, like, superiority with different sections of the army at the time. So they were like, no, these are our schnapps, get your own. And push came to shove, and suddenly people started to fist fight over the barrels of schnapps, which had to be, like, defended and reinforced. So, pretty much a bar brawl out in the open, in the middle of the night. And then, in the commotion, someone fired a gun. And by the way, you didn't need to actually know German to be in the army, which you'd think is important. So, people somehow drunkenly heard, the word Turks. So they thought that they were getting attacked by the Ottoman army in the middle of like in the middle of the night, while half of them were drunk and the other half were just fighting to stay alive. So they ended up running back to their original base camp while trading shots with each other because they were still fighting each other. Or they thought that they were fighting the enemy, but they didn't know.
Augers?
And then, when they got to the camp, whoever was out there shouted at these guys running towards them, "Halt!" Which I guess to a drunk Austrian sounds like Allah. So...
What does that mean?
Allah?
Halt! Holla!
No, Allah. You know...
Allah.
Like, yes. As in...
Uh-huh.
You know, as in Islam. As in the God.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So... I guess it sounds like that to a really drunk and possibly concussed soldier who doesn't even know your language. Oh shit, I need food.
Oh, look at you. What is our priorities? I think we need food.
Yes. Right now our priority is food. I should make a fishing rod.
I got one.
Yeah, we need 2 of everything right now.
I'm just gonna gather some
So,
stuff.
like, so this drunken army charges into the camp, and everyone is fighting each other at this point. Rank and file mean nothing, and the whole army fell apart.
Rip.
So, and you can find the Wikipedia page for the Battle of Karen Sebes, and it shows the belligerents are, like, the Holy Roman Empire and the Ottoman Empire. And, like, it lists out the belligerents, and the Ottomans aren't present.
Rip.
So, like, they abandoned the town, which then very easily fell under the control of the Ottomans.
Since, yeah.
See, and that's, like, funny moments in history. There's a lot of stuff like that. Hey, Grim. Made it. Thanks, Bloodrune. Bloodrune is another VTuber. He's also the nicest guy on Twitter. Which, isn't saying a lot, honestly, but take my word for it, he's a really nice guy.
I think most VTubers are nice people. Maybe I'm just stereotyping. Maybe.
I always like to think so.
I mean, there's once in a blue moon, like, you know.
The only
outlier,
thing I know
but-
about the Australians lost to emus. Yeah, the emu war. You hear about that one?
Me, I have not known.
I hate it when people say it like that because it was not even really a war, and Austria won anyways. But the meme is Australia lost to a bunch of emus. By the way, can you replant those?
Yeah. Oh, we just put it right back down?
Yeah. They lost to
Hi.
emus. So it's called a war, and it's said that they lost, but both are false. Because Australia still occupies that area to this day. It's settled land. But you never heard the Emu War? It's definitely one of those fun little anecdotal stories.
I have not heard of it now.
So World War I just ended, and veterans in Australia were given land, like, on the west coast, to, like, settle and turn to farmsteads. Problem is, this was in the path of emu migration. So, suddenly, people just stopped... Sorry, what am I talking about? So suddenly, like, emus came and started to eat all their crops. And this became, like, a really serious problem. They were everywhere. Yeah, they, like, because emus are, like, herd animals, so, like, they travel in these massive herds. Likewise, if you try to, like, kill them, their herd instincts kick in, and, like, they start to scatter in all directions, so you can't really kill them. Not to mention, they have this, like, amazing fight-or-flight instinct. So, so, like, they just scatter, and, like, even if they're wounded, they'll still be running away at top speed. they'll still shrug off the bullets. So, like, how do you deal with it? And they decide to call in the army to do something about it. And by the army, I mean literally 3 guys in a machine gun. And this is why I say it's not a war, because it was 3 guys in a machine gun, and it wasn't even, like... I'm gonna put down a anchor for us, so we can stay on this island a bit.
I don't see anything here though.
There is stuff here.
Do you see something?
There's gotta be stuff here. First and foremost, if you have access... Yep, pineapple.
Oh. Oh.
So, like, they tried to, like, fire at these emus, they scattered, they tried to chase them with a mounted machine gun on the back of a pickup, which ended up crashing in a ditch.
Oof.
And keep in mind, this was way before seatbelts or, like, other things
Yeah.
like that, like airbags.
Hey. What are airbags?
And, well, I guess I'll just, no, wait. Oh, you mean you're gonna... What do you mean, be right back? Like, you have to go somewhere?
Huh?
What do you mean, BRB? Do you mean, like...
Oh, I thought you were talking to someone else.
No, you said I'll be right back.
Oh, I did? No, I didn't say that.
Weird. Okay. Alright, so, they decided to give up on using the military, and instead they decided to use the more sensible tactic of having massive fences around the fields. Like, big, huge, like, 10-foot at least, coils of chicken wire. And, they also put bounties on every emu killed. And they ended up solving the emu problem, which is why when people say, that Australia lost the emu war, no, they did not. They most certainly did not.
They did not. I'm gonna do some fishing real quick. Some good old-fashioned fishing.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna remove the anchor.
What's our next thing? We need to get a research table, right? Is that how we progress?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
how we need to progress from here on.
We need scrap, right?
Yep.
Lots of crap.
So, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself now?
A little bit by myself. All right, so I'm an RN, so it stands for just registered nurse. History, I just kind of like passed by in when I was in high school. I learned what I needed to, but at the same time, I do like to watch the History Channel though, especially like those. I guess the best thing that the thing that I like most about history would be like the wars, especially like World War One and like World War Two, all the things that went on during that time. So,
Bro, both of you got pretty good occupations. Well, I say I'm a historian, I'm actually a NEET. I am completely unemployed. And I don't have college either, so... Right now I'm just... Literally, I have not left the house in days.
nothing wrong with that. A lot of people have not left their houses due to COVID. So,
and my mom is horrified at the idea.
of you leaving the house?
No, of the fact that, like, I can be so calm during lockdown. It's like, yeah, it's like nothing's changed for me.
Like, are you usually introverted or extroverted?
Very introverted.
You're more
I have
introverted.
Like,
okay.
yeah, I've got like diagnosed autism.
A lot of people function with autism though, so
I know,
something wrong
but
with
it's like autism doesn't exactly help me understanding social cues. So I'm very awkward and generally don't like empathize well and shit like that. So I've just
everyone is
like
a little
I'm just
awkward.
introverted by default.
Everyone's a little awkward in their own way. So Wouldn't feel too bad about that. Yeah.
So you're a registered nurse? Does that mean that you're busy with all this shit going on?
When COVID first hit, it was something that we never experienced before. So we really had to adapt with the workload and
You mind if I pull this into history for 2 seconds?
go for it.
I just wanted to say, that, like, when you think about we are living in history right now.
We are, yes. Every
And I
single
don't
day.
mean, like, in a general sense, I mean, no. I mean, years from now, children will be coming to us and asking what life was like in the pandemic.
I know. We're gonna have to tell them about it.
Like, other generations got to witness amazing historical events, the fall of communism and the Berlin Wall, and, like, putting a man on the moon, and, of course, the First and Second World War. But, like, yeah, and it's such an exciting thing. It's like, I am living in history right now. Like, this is gonna be written in history books.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Like, there's gonna be documentaries about this stuff.
Gonna be on the History Channel.
No, because the History Channel is just full of, like, roadside auctions.
The roadside auctions. Aliens too.
Oh, I remember Ancient
Alien.
Aliens, and I remember taking that show seriously when I was younger. I'm like, I actually, like, thought those theories were legit, and I'm like, holy shit.
What do you mean they are?
My internet is bad. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that Gabe's epic adventure. Hopefully it'll get better later.
Excuse me.
Internet
How do you get
is
scrap?
internet should be like a standard of living.
A standard of living, yeah.
Like
These days.
Yeah, like water and electricity. Like these are basic utilities everyone should have access to.
Scrap. I need scrap. Do you have scrap?
No,
think we're all
scrap is
lucky.
pretty rare. We have to like dock at an island.
Ah.
Well, I mean, there's a chance you can find it in barrels. Actually, wait, I do have scrap. How much do you need?
Well, we just need to make a research table, right? So I would say we need 2.
Yeah, how much wood do you have? Because I have only 2 planks.
17.
Yeah, just...
More than enough.
Yeah, just
This
toss
bear
it
right
to me
here.
and I'll make it.
Oh yeah, let me just throw this shit at you. There you go. Boom.
Sorry if this offends you, but what does autism do to you? Okay, first and foremost, you can't offend me. Like, good luck trying. Can't stay long. Hope you have a good stream. That's no problem, Stev. Glad to have you here. Glad to have friends supporting me. Anyways, what'd you say? I know what it does in general, but in what ways does it affect you? I have a mental disorder which affects me in certain ways, so I'm just wondering. So here's the thing, I don't know how it affects me because that somehow means I know what it's like to not have autism. This is also the thing I don't understand about concepts like gender dysphoria as well. It's very hard for me to wrap my head around just because how can you be something that's, like, that's not biologically you and never has been? It's like, how do you get this comparison? But same with autism. Like, I can't exactly explain it to you because I don't know what it's like to not be autistic. I can say... Ah, shit. I can say this, though. There are times where it's hard... Well, not anymore. When I was younger, for sure. There have been times where it's been harder to, like, understand other people's points of view. Depression and schizophrenia. I actually knew someone at one point who had schizophrenia. He said if he didn't take his meds, he basically would, like, injure his boyfriend.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, just...
Dang.
Yeah. Schizophrenia is no joke.
No, it's not.
But nothing with my gender, he says. So... I'm just I just charged my phone now. I can actually watch. Problem solved. Oh, thanks. Well, not thanks. Just good for you, Gabe. How do I describe autism?
How would you describe it?
Well, I don't know if it's
your-
because of autism or because I was really bad at making friends the first time I moved, but I became very recluse and talked to myself a lot. There's an island up ahead. I'll make this an anchor.
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh shit, we need more
Crap,
stone.
I think scrap is what we're gonna do. I should probably get a paddle too,
Yep.
so we can start like controlling where we're going.
Yeah, if you have any stone, hand to me.
I don't have any stone right now.
Like, the way I've heard autism described is through the word neurodiverse, which sounds like one of those, you know, those words that are just there to pad out language and make things sound nicer. I guess it means I don't think like a normal person. But like I said, it's nothing you can't get past if you try hard enough and you I guess you just grow up. Because I feel like over time, I just started to empathize with people simply through, like, deep
Experience.
insight, a sense of responsibility, philosophy, and really starting to, like, try to put myself in people's positions.
Mm-hmm.
I just see weird things, and sometimes I will be in another world, and I have trouble keeping one thought in my head. But if I take my medication, it isn't so bad. Oh, do you have any paranoia that comes with your schizophrenia then, anime? Well, he's typing that out. I don't know, you have any mental disorders?
Me? I do not. I would say I think I had like a mild case of ADHD when I was a little kid, but I'm one of those people that kind of like grew out of it when I got older.
My brother
So-
has ADHD, and I have ADD, which is bad because I also have anxiety.
Huh? I'm gonna roll us over to the island. Are we going over there? I don't even know if we're moving towards that
Try
area.
rowing at the front.
Right at the front. Okay, let's try that.
I don't think we can make it at this point.
Are we too far? Okay.
Yeah, and we can see it's passing us already. By the time we get to
Yeah.
that position, it's already going to be way off in the distance.
We'll just flow. We would just flow with the wind.
Yeah, the hallucinations can range from something horrifying to deceased family members. Yikes. One time I saw my dead grandma, who hung herself in my basement. So I do get paranoid to put stuff like that. Holy shit, dude. That is fucked.
It is very scary.
It's terrifying.
Don't like ghosts. I know they're there, and I just kind of acknowledge them, and then we just nod heads, bump fists, and just move on.
Yeah, like, oh man, I feel really sorry for you. But as long as you can manage it, you can live a normal life.
Yeah, I think that's the key point, managing it. I do see an island over there in front of us.
Let's see if we can try to get to that one. Looks like we're heading directly for it.
Yeah.
Actually, I think we're drifting a little to the left.
I can move us a little bit that way.
Yeah.
Move this way. There we go. Good shark.
Yep, Artemis.
Sometime we're just gonna hunt that sucker.
Yeah.
Hi-ya!
Can you keep rowing us? Like, we need
Yeah.
to, because we are constantly drifting away. I'm I'm actually trying to make my own paddle right now. Need more wood.
Need more wood. I think we're going there. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you keep rowing,
Slowly.
we'll definitely get there. Oh shit.
Slowly but surely.
Wait, how many rocks do you have?
I have no rocks.
Ah, shit. Okay, this might not be worth it then, because we can't even make an anchor.
We'll just ram ourselves in there. Right in the middle.
Yeah, we can't beach ourselves without a sail.
Oh, sail would be nice too.
Yep, that's definitely a bit more of a long-term goal. I think we could get a sail by the end of the stream. By the way, how long are we streaming for? Do you have any preference?
Oh, it's 2 hours or 3. Be good.
This is actually a rare case for me where I'm home alone tonight, so I can stay up for how long as I want and be as loud as I want. I think the worst thing I've seen is my girlfriend who was murdered after being sexually assaulted. It messed me up and I was crying for days. And I would harm myself, but I have good control. Wait, did your girlfriend actually get murdered? Or was that like part of the hallucination?
Touché. Alright.
Yeah, we can't.
No. I don't think we can.
No, don't even waste it.
We don't have an anchor, right? So
Yeah.
how do you make an anchor again? You need
Stone. Lots of it. Stone, plastic, wood.
Damn, where do you get stone from?
Barrels.
Barrels? Okay. Keep on rolling then.
Oh. Oh, I'm not even gonna read that. Okay. Alright. Oh.
Graphic?
Yeah,
Or
anime
graphic,
is telling
yeah.
us about, yes, his girlfriend was murdered. And he's...
Oh.
He gave a quick description, but it was bad enough. I saw my dead uncle in my kitchen grabbing something. I didn't know what it was because I shut the door and hid in the closet until the morning. It still haunts me to this day. This is Gabe's Epic Adventure, by the way, saying this.
Huh?
So I guess a lot of people in chat have seen a dead body before. Fuck.
I have not seen a dead body.
Yeah, anime is a plague on the West is clearly like that kind of protagonist that's always like getting shit on by life.
Ugh,
Like you
that's
got
unfortunate.
schizophrenia, you watch your girlfriend be brutally murdered. Holy fuck. Like, you are a trooper. Seriously, you're the MVP here tonight.
Sure. Just want to give you a hug.
Yeah, why are we talking about this? This is depressing. Let's talk about funny
Life.
things.
It's life. It's raw.
Yeah, it's a little too raw.
Other
Yeah,
than
I don't
like,
think I've ever seen, maybe like small animals, but I don't think I've ever seen a dead body, like IRL. I had the opportunity once this December though, but I turned it down.
you had an opportunity to see a dead body. Is that what you said?
Yeah, my Nona.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, she, COVID got her.
Oh, bless your heart.
Honestly, it's probably the best thing that happened to her since she got put in that nursing home. She had Alzheimer's, so, her mind's been decaying for years. And,
Sure, yeah.
for the last 6 years... Goddamn, we're going to stuff that's depressing again. For the last 6 years, she's just been gone. Like, and we just been waiting patiently for her to finally... Like, for the part of her brain that handles basic body functions to finally shut down. Because there was nothing left.
Oh. She's in a place now, so. She's
So,
in a much better place.
yeah. Now, if you ask me, she died years ago, and all that's left is the body. This is also why I am very, like... It's also, because I know that sleep deprivation is linked to Alzheimer's, so it's why I am scared straight about the sleep schedule. and why I always make sure to tell everyone make sure you get sleep.
Oh yeah. Sleep does a lot of stuff for you. Like good things. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and
to you.
the worst part is around the time, so my Nona had not autism, Alzheimer's, very different. I just bought a new PC and I've been saving up, and I can finally build it. Good for you, anime.
Woo!
Good
Show
PC is
pics.
something to be proud of, and that's the
Show
reason
pics
why.
after you build it.
That's the reason why PC gamers are elitist, is because it's sort of bragging rights to have such an expensive thing that you have to buy with your own money and put together.
Exposed. We're exposed.
I mean, anyways, what'd Gabe say? I feel so bad for anime. It's a plague on the West. I hope all these bad things stop happening to them. And good things start happening. I got shivers reading some of the stuff he's been through. Yeah, anime. Like, seriously, dude. Oh, holy shit. I can't think of anyone else I know who's been through a rougher time than you. And speaking of which, back to the story about my Nona, which, by the way, that's Italian for grandmother.
Oh.
So around the time my uncle, he has bipolar, and he's been very disassociative with the family. And he's still, like, occasionally has contact with my mom, but he hates social gatherings even more than me.
Oh, okay.
And the thing is, he's aware of it and he knows how sick he is. And for years he's been fighting it. And in that time, the situation with my Nona got worse and we finally had to put her in a home. Meanwhile, my Nona, who's been married to her for like decades, for most of his life at this point, and of course he's Italian, so he's very Catholic, he couldn't really come to terms that this was finally happening. And who was left to try and help support him but my mom and no one else?
You?
Well, I can't drive.
Oh, someone else?
Well, no, it was just my mom had to do this on her own.
Oh,
Like,
that's your mom. Okay.
Like,
yeah.
She had all this weight on her shoulder, no one else. She'd have to, like, leave work early or just quit work for a day just to, like, bring him the places, because he's starting to become very dependent as well, and he can't drive anymore. And he has become a broken man. Even before she died, like, it was clear he was never going to be happy again. Or, like, not like he used to be. Like, he wouldn't be as lively as he used to be. And all that weight was on my mom's shoulders, and sometimes I would hear her on the phone, talking to someone, explain the situation, she just, like, burst into tears. Oh, anime's going. Thanks for stopping by, anime. And honestly, I really hope life turns around for you. You deserve everything. Well, everything positive that is. Anyways, yeah, back to depressing stuff. My mom, had to do a lot of this on her own. And she's a very strong-willed person. And, like, she definitely has a lot of my Nona in her. Like, she is the one who wears the pants in the relationship. Like, very strong-willed, so it's admirable that she went through all this. And here's the thing, my Nono has dementia, which is basically Alzheimer's as well. And we're starting to notice it.
Oh.
So, and I talked to her about it, she says, it's okay, I can handle this. By the way, when my Nona died, my uncle finally came back.
For how long?
Oh, Shark's dead.
Oh, grab it.
Yep, I am.
I fucking anchored this, sorry. But
That's alright, it's not like there's anything gonna eat me now. So yeah, it's like this precarious situation, but like the miracle of it all was that it brought the family together, and my uncle's back in my life now.
Yay!
And only to be ripped away by lockdown.
Only
But
temporary. I think about it as a temporary thing, though.
yeah, and like
It will go away.
and we have like this plan to try to meet together once a month as a family again. And like that's the thing, her death was probably the best thing that happened to the rest of the family in like years, because it pulled
Yeah.
the family together. But anyways, the reason why I went all the way into this was I said I had the chance to see a dead body. So here's the thing. Like, I visited her once in the nursing home while she was still, like, aware, before, like, stage 4 and above kicked in. These are dementia terms, but whatever, it's the same thing, pretty much. Your mind's
I understand, yeah.
Yeah, your mind's degrading, you forget everything. So, for her, I met her there once. I'll get to what Gabe said in a second. But yeah, things... Fuck, where was I? Oh yeah, so, I saw her once in a nursing home, and, like, from then on, I kept hearing the conversations from Mom about, like, how this is taking a toll on her and all this stuff. And I decided I don't want to see her in this state anymore. I want to have, like, a memory of her just preserved. So every time we visited, even as a family, I'd stay in the car. And I guess in some way it is kind of like antisocial to try and block that out. But I want to remember her when she was fully alive, like have this perfect image of her. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like I heard that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and I heard that, like, especially after she lost all brain function, basically, and stopped eating, she became, like, skin and bones. So it's like, I don't want to see her in this state. And, like I said, I was given the chance before the casket was closed, and I refused. And I feel like I made the right decision.
There's nothing wrong with that, because you just want to cherish the moments that you had with her when she was alive, well,
like I
and
said,
healthy, right?
Like, there's a lot of her and my mom. So, like, the memory's still alive and well. I got a lump in my throat. Can we just...
You have pictures of her, right?
Yeah, we have pictures of her.
Yeah, so...
Can we just stop with the depressing talk now, goddammit? Okay, what did Gabe say? You guys have, all gone through a lot. Like, the worst thing that happened to me, yet was that, uncle thing when I was 10. I'm now 14. You're 14?!
Hey!
Okay. Well, don't expect us to, like, tone down the language anymore.
I feel like a boomer.
I honestly do feel a little old. But anyways, what do you say? Yeah, so I have a long way to go in life. Yeah, life is full of more suffering.
Oh. More adventures? What do you mean?
Yep.
More adventures and experiences.
Life is a 50-50 of pain and pleasure, and without one, the other has no feeling.
Touche.
I guess if you don't know that I'm a historian, you also don't know that I'm also sort of like an amateur philosopher as well.
Aren't all historians philosophers?
Kind of, actually,
In their own
yeah.
sense.
Because, like, history is about learning from the past, right? So it's about, like, applying, like, knowledge from the past to the present. The depressing adventures of humans. Honestly, I think that all things aside, I'm in the best timeline right now.
Hey, what do we need? Like, what is our next thing we really need?
Good
A sail
question.
or
Probably. I almost have enough planks to make a sail. What do you have?
I have 2 scraps.
Actually, did you research the scrap yet?
I'm sorry, what were we saying? Do I
Researching-
research the scrap?
Yeah.
I do want to research what is it? I do want to research this net thing. It's down here, right?
Oh,
need
that's
nails. How do you make
useful.
nails?
What do you need to research it? Or did we already research it?
Oh, I think I can make it actually.
Toxic defensive
I
goods.
can make it.
Do we need a sale? Yeah, sale's pretty important.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we have a sale. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me.
Woo!
Oh, what was I even talking about though? I totally forgot. Do you remember? I lose.
My philosophy.
Yeah, about philosophy and how it applies to history. Like, because you learn a lot of things in retrospect. Like, like people talk about how the death of Archduke Franz Ferdinand was such a big Deus Ex moment. You know how the assassination went, right?
I don't know.
So, the assassins that were after him, one of them ran towards, like, the convoy of him and his dignitaries and threw a bomb in one of the cars. People were injured, he wasn't, he sped away. Later on in that day, he went to go visit these people in the hospital, but they took a wrong street. And because these were, like, really early automobiles, if you try to reverse, there's a good chance you would stall. And guess how, like, who he stalled right in front of?
Who?
Gavrila Princip on the porch of a deli eating a sandwich, thinking, well, fuck, the assassination target's gone, what am I gonna do? And here it is, like, 10 meters away from him. And so he pulls out his revolver, holds it sideways, and begins to ice the Archduke and Duchess of Austria-Hungary. So it's like, that's such a, like, a dramatic moment. It's like even God wanted him dead, right? Like, what are the odds? Like, imagine if, who killed Kennedy? I can't remember his name right now.
I don't remember his name either.
Oswald? Like, imagine
That
if
sounds familiar.
Lee Harvey Oswald, that was his name. Imagine if Oswald, didn't get, imagine if, like, if JFK, like, took a wrong turn, and, like, he never got a chance to make a shot, but then when he went out for lunch, he found JFK and just shot him.
What are the chances?
Yeah, like, where are the chances? And people talk about how it's such a big Deus Ex moment, but, the thing is, World War I was being predicted already. Like, Bismarck said, if there is ever going to be war in Europe, it'll be because of some damn silly thing in the Balkans. Which is exactly what it was. So it's like he was a fortune teller. But that's the thing, it was, like, expected to happen, it was bound to happen, and we learned lessons from it.
We learn lessons from history, hopefully, so it doesn't repeat itself.
Yes, like, don't appease dictators. Also, don't let France win a war. Because when they do win a war... France actually has a good history in warfare. Like, really good.
Oh, the France, the French. Hey, I found some really good shit here.
Oh, that reminds me. There was this one really badass quote. I think it was in the 1700s.
What was it?
I forget who the people were. You could look up the quote and you'll find it. It was during some war between the British and the French. And, like, a ship captain was captured by some French ship, and, he said, we Brits fight for honor, you French fight for money. To which the reply back was, a man fights for what he does not have.
Dude.
So it's like...
That's true.
It's like... That That is destruction right there.
Not wrong.
But again, that's like one of those badass history moments. So here's the thing. It's like, there were no dates in that, no names. It's just something I know that was cool, and that's the thing about history. The dates are not important. Like, they're important if you're trying to, like, do science with it. Like, trying to figure out why certain things happened. You'd look at dates, you'd look at, like, supplies, you'd look at weather patterns. But I'll leave that to, like, the experts. I just want good stories as well as, like, good morals at the end of the day.
You want to learn stuff, right? At the end of the day, so.
Yeah. I don't think the Sharkolito sailgate. Especially since it's, like, in the middle of the raft.
Hey, how do you make, where was it? Glass?
Oh,
Yeah, how do you make glass? You need sand?
Yes, and you also need a furnace, which reminds me. So right now we have the ability to go into the water and get clay and sand, which we need, as well as rocks. But the thing is, the shark is still here.
Oh, we need bait, don't we?
Yes.
Kind
of fishy,
let me fish real quick. I don't have any fish right now, actually.
Yeah, I should make a fishing rod.
I need to start grinding for some fish.
Actually, if that's the case, hold on, I'm gonna, like, keep harvesting this island for resources, see what we get.
Yeah, go for it.
Actually, at some point, I want to do proper history streams on this channel. Like, where I
You should. You know a lot about history.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like, I could give you a modern history of Japan.
Oh.
And let me tell you something, Japan has the craziest origin story I've ever heard.
How so?
Okay, so this was a nation that decided that they were going to seal themselves off from the rest of the world for 250 years straight. They were in a literal time capsule for 250 years. And suddenly some American, and by that, keep in mind that while they were in isolation, America became a country. So some Americans just busted down the door and said, "We want your oil." And I'm not making this up either. It was whale oil. They wanted access to that. But yeah, they wanted to, like, make a trade deal with them, and, like, the Japanese were very isolationist, and trying to do a trade deal with them, like, that was ball busting. But they were able to do it because they had all these cool military technology advancements, like cannons and flintlock muskets. So the Japan was forced open, and they realized how fucked they were very quickly, because suddenly all the other big European empires wanted in as well. So this is what started the 40 years known as the Meiji Restoration, led by Emperor Meiji. And basically, in 40 years, they managed to rapidly industrialize. And, like, had dramatic shifts in their culture, like, seriously dramatic. Like, for example, most people in Japan during, like, the medieval days, they were vegetarian. Because, you know, Buddhism and everything. But they just started eating meat, like, to start to fit in with Europeans. And they basically mandated you're going to be eating meat from now on. Also, we're going to be, like, wearing Western clothes. Oh, don't tell me.
You want to be one of them?
You
on a rock?
Row,
Yeah, you want to row, right?
just
row
push
right
us away from this rock. Yeah, we're making progress.
There we go. Yeah, we got it. Perfect.
So then Japan starts to, like, send scouts all across, like, the world to see what makes these powerful empires so powerful. And that's when, they learn about colonialism. and that's when it officially becomes the Empire of Japan.
Empire Japan.
Yeah, so the Empire of Japan starts to invade mainland Asia, and by this point, colonialism is starting to wind down a bit, or at the very least, it's starting to like be like a little bit more seen as tasteless to certain things. I mean, back in the old days, you could genocide a population and no one would know, but now we live in the age of telegrams.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It was actually interesting. There was a podcast I watched, and they talked about this, and they started with asking, why don't you broadcast your war crimes to the rest of the world? Why don't you broadcast your genocide? Because they did that in the Bronze Age all the time. Like,
It was like something to flex with, right?
yeah, it was something to intimidate your neighbors.
Yeah.
Like, to describe how you, like, destroyed their holy temples, and how, to him I fed his sons, and shit like that. Like, brutal shit like that. But you don't do it anymore. Why? It's because, back then, word didn't travel that far. Now, word travels far enough that bigger empires can get involved.
Yeah. And
Especially,
retaliate.
like, with, like, more modern civil ideas becoming a thing. Like, the idea of, you know, having a competition of who can chop the most heads, which happened, I think, in Manchuria. That's something you definitely don't want to get public. But anyways, they started, they started to expand rapidly through Asia, and it wasn't liked by a lot of the Westerners, but they tolerated it because it had nothing to do with them, and plus, they're not white, so who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Most of history is very racist. A lot of people forget that. Like, the vast, vast majority, like, over 99% of human history is full of racism.
That is true.
Like, when was Martin Luther King? That wasn't even 100 years ago when you think about it.
Very recent, actually. If you think about it. It
Yeah,
comes to
so
history.
it's like the vast majority of history and the vast majority of historical figures were probably extremely racist. Just food for thought. Anyways, things start to become a problem, though, when they start to invade French Indochina. Do you know where French Indochina is?
French Indochina, somewhere close to Asia.
Obviously. It's the...
Indonesia, maybe? I don't know.
Nope, that's Dutch Indochina.
Oh.
My grandfather actually fought in the War of Independence. That's a topic for another day, though.
Really?
Yeah, French Indochina is what we now know today as Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam.
Oh.
In fact, in case you didn't notice, Vietnamese uses the Latin alphabet.
I actually didn't know that.
Yep, same with Indonesian.
That's pretty cool.
Which is probably why so many people from Indonesia can speak English surprisingly well. Because, like, as someone who's tried to
That makes
learn...
sense.
Yeah, someone who's tried to learn Japanese before, I can tell you it's a lot easier when you actually know the alphabet firsthand. Because there's 2 layers to it.
Yeah, that's like the first step,
Anyways,
right?
so I think it was the invasion of French Indochina, which happened around World War II, that FDR finally said enough is enough and started to sanction Japan. Like, hardcore. Because 90% of oil imports from Japan came from America. 90%.
90%? Dang.
Yes. So this was a huge blow to them. Oh, by the way, during the 1930s in particular, Japan was coined as a government by assassination, because they had, despite being a brutal dictatorship, they somehow could not control their population. It's weird. Like, Japan's history is weird. Like, let me give you an example of one famous event where a prime minister in Japan got, like, assassinated by 11 men. Now, a lot of political assassins were able to get away with slaps on the wrist. This time, they were taken seriously. but they decided to let these men go. And do you know why they did that?
Why?
Because the public petitioned to let them go. Keep in mind, this is the Empire of
The
Japan.
public.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, this is the Empire of Japan. This is a fascist dictatorship.
Yeah.
Where the head of state is literally a god. Like, the emperor was considered a god. He was considered divine. So, and yet somehow they capitulate to the people. Like, does that sound like it should not happen? Does that sound like it breaks laws of causality?
Yeah, it does. Sure.
That's the thing. It's like, this is a country which developed rapidly and just went so crazy. It's like... it's around that point that you have to kind of see that this is a country which is going off the rails. Like, it was actually around the time of that, like, I'm reading about, like, the political situation in Japan in, like, the 1920s and 30s, that I began to realize something. That is, Japan is the only country that ever got maliciously nuked.
That's true. They have that on their...
Yeah, but
no one else has
it's like...
had that happen to them before.
You know that, like, was it like the How I Met Your Mother opening of, yep, that's me, you're probably wondering how I got here. It's
Yes.
like, put that over footage of Hiroshima. And
yeah.
suddenly, like, the history of Japan starts to make a lot more context in that. It's like Japan was a country that went off the rails. They immediately hit the ground running, going from Renaissance to the 1800s to, like, the Victorian era. That's a huge leap. Then they start to learn about colonialism, then they start going off the deep end with colonialism. Well, I mean, it wasn't really that much of a deep end, all things considered. See, also Belgian Congo. But it was still pretty crazy for its time.
Yeah, for sure.
And then they got nuked. And then America wrote them a new constitution. That's the other crazy thing. Japan's constitution were made by a bunch of Yanks who didn't even know that much about politics and law in general. Like, these were just a bunch of interns.
Interns, really?
Yeah, just
my god.
After they surrendered, America occupied the land under MacArthur. And there was a program called SCAP. I forget what the acronym stands for. But bottom line, this was sort of like a government that had control over the parliament. Oh, there was something else about the craziness of Japan I missed. So they had a constitution, right? They made one. Like, they never had a constitution before, but in modernization, they created one. And the constitution stated that the emperor was, like, had the final say with the military. And this becomes important because Hirohito's father was a very sickly individual who couldn't lead. So what happens when the guy who controls your military isn't in control anymore?
Well, chaos.
Who's there to referee? Who's there to, like, keep the military on a leash?
Really is no one, right?
Exactly, and that's why Japanese war crimes are... Let me just put you this way. Hello, Robert Gilkey Jr. We were just talking about Japan and why it's a really crazy country in hindsight. So anyways, there's also a thing in Japanese culture which existed way before the Edo period, called Gyakukujo, which is sort of a safety valve where if your commanding officer is off his rocker and making stupid decisions, you can overstep him. Thing is, though, I don't think it was well defined, and so you could move the goalpost for it. The reason why this is important is because not only does it mean that you have no one to control the military, but now, even in the military, you can have people overstep each other. And cliques in the military start to form, and one of them even killed their own civilian population.
Yikes.
that's the thing. It's like, it's one thing to genocide another group of people, it's another thing to start committing war crimes against your own people. So yeah, and this goes to what I said about, like, how a lot of people were able to get away with political assassination at the time, because they could wrap themselves in the flag and say, I did it for the glory of the country and for the Emperor.
Or the Emperor.
Yes, the God Emperor of Weebkind, as I like to call him. And, yeah, so there was one clique in the Manchurian colonies, because Japan set up colonies, that decided, that their neighbors in Manchuria, who would be... Hello, love, think, hello, Michele, I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm sorry. Fuck, I just want to finish the story really quickly. I missed an island. Fuck, what was I? Oh, yeah. There was one, like, particular clique in the army that did not trust, like, their neighbors. And so decided that they were going to blow up a section of track 10 minutes before the train went over. And keep in mind, this was full of civilians from the colony, so these are full of Japanese men, women, and children.
Big yikes.
They had a telegram prepared that said, we believe it was the Chinese or, like, anarchist forces, and we took the initiative and seized their barracks. So, in order to expand territory, you're killing your own people and framing it on the enemy. Like,
yikes.
That is fucked.
That's really evil, to be honest.
That's very evil.
Yeah.
But, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, the military did not have a very strong chain of command. And at home, people could get away with political assassination. So it's like, holy shit, no wonder his country got atomized. No wonder his country got blasted with radiation. That's crazy. It was off the rails, insane. But it also, like, it's also why I have this, like, it adds to my respect for Japan of being a really unique nation. And it really is one of the most recognizable cultures in the world. And even, like sorry, what were you saying?
Go ahead. Go ahead. I was going to say, like, even, like, as you learn more about a country's history, you just, like, you get more in tune with, like, what they've gone through and, like, what the trials and tribulations.
This is why I say history is something everyone should learn, because it gives you so much context about modern problems.
Well, yeah, that too. You could be more cultured as well to learn about someone's history.
Yep, you become very cultured. Nobody cares, man. Your poor friend is just like, yep, yeah, yikes. I have been talking. Yeah! I have been talking my ass off over all this, so I'm gonna stop now and hand the mic back to you.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No. Someone's like critiquing me in chat, and I think he's right.
Critiquing? What? Nah.
Yeah, he's like saying, bro, nobody cares. And your friend's just like, yep, yeah, uh-huh. So it's like, yeah, alright, I'll stop.
That's not true. I love learning about history.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you said you hated history at the beginning of the stream.
No, I hated history class, because it was such a dry class. In my learning of history, it was only like culture. It's just like literally just sports coaches teaching history, so they didn't give a crap about what.
You going to a Catholic school then?
No, I didn't actually. I went to a public school.
I went to a Catholic school.
How was that?
They're actually very common in certain provinces, actually. And I can tell you straight up.
Okay.
Catholic schools are so good, parents send their non-Catholic children to Catholic schools. Because they get...
Send their non? Okay.
Yeah, so when I grew up, I had... there were, like, kids in high school who, like, had hijabs, who were, like, Muslim and Jewish. And the reason why is because you're not allowed to deny people an education based on religion anymore.
Yeah.
But the reason why they keep the they pretend to be Catholic schools because it means they get funding from the Vatican, which is why these schools are so much nicer. Like
That makes sense.
I remember once, I think it was during an election, I was going to vote. There was like a voting poll set up at a public school. Ooh,
Mhm.
let's try to get this raft.
Mysterious? Okay, cool.
And it was like, it just felt like I was walking through the hallways of a sewer. That's what a public school felt like to me. It's like
You're not wrong about that.
it's like
You're not wrong about that.
it's like the lights were dimmer, like that the fluorescent tubes may have been like really old and need to be replaced, but they weren't because they didn't have the budget maybe. But it just felt
Yep.
so much more dingy.
You're not wrong about that. Public schools, not
By
the
the way,
most
if you're gonna
fanciest
start putting
there.
these on the sides, only put it on one side.
On one side? Okay, why is that?
Because when you think about it, like, the raft area, you only need to put these on, like, two sides. Two sides are, like, sharing a corner. Because that way, anything
Yeah.
that comes from that direction will get caught in these nets anyways.
Oh, you're talking about one each. Yeah. Okay,
So yeah,
that makes sense.
just do these two
Just
sides.
one here and- Yeah, we'll be
Why'd I
good.
get recommended two of your streams on YouTube? Exactly sus. I don't know, maybe because you
Ooh.
watched one of my videos, especially that one really viral one with the furry thumbnail. My highest rated videos are the most lowest effort.
Sometimes that surprises you, right? So
And there's this one, like, and it's hilarious because people are constantly asking me for the source on the thumbnail, and I refuse to give it to them.
it's secret.
First and foremost, there's something very heretical. Like, there's hentai, and then there's what I use as a thumbnail.
Oh,
Uh,
catches people's eyes though. So
Yeah, and that's exactly why I use it. But then they're like, you can't do this, not give us the sauce. No sub until I get a sauce. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna give it to you. In fact, your complaining only makes it more funny.
trade secret. Trade secret.
And then I ended up hiring a voice actor to reenact Among Us. Then I ended up hiring a voice actor to dub the first panel of that dojin.
Oh, Fiverr? Was
Yeah,
it through
yeah.
Fiverr? Okay.
And it was the most cursed shit I ever did, and I do not regret it even slightly. It's like $9 well
Good.
spent.
Well worth it.
I do feel like I'm talking too much though. Like, don't you have anything?
Oh, you're not.
I mean, well, how was your day today?
It was good. I woke up. I don't have to go to work on the weekends, so I get to, once every week. On the weekends, I get to stay up late,
That's nice.
wake up late, so feels
Any
fucking
fun work
amazing.
stories?
Any fun work stories? Oh, there's always fun work stories for me. I deal with Karens constantly on a daily basis.
We talk about how
Yes.
vaccines are fake.
Yes, how the government is tracking you through the vaccines and whatnot, or putting a microchip in you. I get all kinds of conspiracy theories. So
Yeah, and I remember when the pandemic started, and I'm like, oh shit, what's the anti-vax crowd gonna be like when this is all happening?
yeah, and I mean, it's just one of those things where, like, sometimes for an anti-vax person, sometimes you just can't change them. Like, they're just so set on that mindset. So all you can do is just give them information that
Yeah,
will
I've
hopefully.
learned that there are certain, like, things, like, foundations of people's entire worldview that,
Mhm.
by genetics, they can't change. It's like, the only way it can be changed is if they experience a dramatic shift.
In there, yeah, in
Like,
your life.
like, they have to, like, see visibly the change. They can't just take someone's word for it. They have to experience it themselves before they believe it.
That's a fair point. I'm just like, well, it's gonna really suck when you have COVID, because it is not a joke.
I have
I've seen what it's.
I have an aunt who is very much like a doomsday prepper, and she refuses to get the vaccine.
What is her reasoning then? I'm kind of curious. Why is she?
Typical stuff, you know? It's like she watches these like online podcasts which are probably banned from YouTube for the same reason Alex Jones was. I won't be surprised if she watches Alex Jones actually.
I was gonna say she probably does then, doesn't she?
Yeah, except Alex Jones is entertaining, and I think he should stay on YouTube just because, like, he's a national treasure.
National treasure.
He's an American national treasure. He's so much fun.
He is.
So what was I gonna
He's
say?
funny.
Yeah, and she is. I don't want to talk too deeply about her, but let's just say
Yeah,
she
yeah.
has gold buried in the yard.
Ooh, that's smart.
And yeah, she talks about how, you know, the government's lying to us. You know, the pedophiles and the psychic vampires and gravity leaking through our dimension. She doesn't say any of that stuff, but she definitely does not trust the government at all.
I mean, I feel like to an extent you shouldn't just blindly follow a government, though. You should
Of course,
question
you should
it.
always be
You should-
skeptical, but something I've learned, especially through history, is that governments are going to form, whether you like it or not.
Yeah. I agree
Like,
with that.
And that's actually something I've learned from, like, the French, Chinese, and Russian revolutions. I'd rather have, like, leaders that were groomed and prepared for the position than a revolutionary who's never actually had to deal with this shit, and who is very adamant about his view only. But that's the thing, like, revolutionaries are very charismatic, but they also have to have, like, this big sense... You have glass, what the hell? I should research
You
this.
do?
Yeah, I have glass in my inventory somehow.
Oh, get that water going. That water mill or whatever it's called.
That's gonna take a lot of glass. Actually, we should stop by this island. Do I have enough to make an anchor?
I have shark bait now, by the way.
That's good.
So
Do you
we're
have any
good.
rope?
Yeah, I got 6. Do you need some?
Yeah, I need it.
How many do you need? Here.
Just hand it to me. You don't
Bam.
have a lot of time to think. Gotta build this, gotta put it in place. But you said you had funny stories about work, right? Like
I
dealing
do,
with
yes.
Karens?
So, I mean, that's just like, I wouldn't say that's funny. That's like, I'm so desensitized by that. I don't feel like it's that funny anymore. One funny story is like you'd go into a patient's room and then like you do a full body assessment and they're like, there's like, okay, especially it's old people, they just rip their shirt off or whatever and just go full ass naked. I'm like,
You have to
don't
see
think-
naked old people,
don't
oh god.
yeah, I'm like, I don't actually need you to get naked. I'm just gonna do a full
I
body
mean, I
assessment.
shouldn't be like too horrified. For fuck's sake, my entire family does not have
Yeah.
skin.
Yeah. Stop eating our food. Okay.
By the way, what's your VTuber lore?
Don't actually have one. I need to think one up. I actually do need to think one up because I'm not like a. I guess I'm not a real VTuber then, since I don't have a lore and stuff like that.
Nah, you are. You don't need lore, but it does help. It does, like, give you a bit of a more personality.
Yeah, it does. But right now, it's really just
you
me
wanna
and my
toss the bait in the
persona.
water, and I'll start getting some resources from the sea.
Yeah, let me know whenever you're ready. Ready?
Yep.
Eat.
So, yeah, I might as well go into that a bit.
We're good.
Okay, suddenly I'm getting this huge-ass lag spike. What the hell?
Let me just wait. All right, he's good. He's baited. I'll let you know if he's done eating his food.
Yep.
That way you can haul ass.
So, for as long as my kind can remember, we lived in this town in the North Sea, like near Scandinavia, like close to places like Jutland, actually, and that's important because our home was squarely on top of the Battle of Jutland.
Oh, okay.
Which was like one of the only big naval engagements of the First World War. And it was also a mess. Like, anything that could go wrong did go wrong.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's really hilarious is the way it started, but I don't want to just take this over for too long.
Yeah.
But, we...
Oh, he's gone. Sorry. He's gone.
Wait, he's after me?
Yeah.
Shit.
Probably, yeah.
Yep, he's after me. I'm coming up.
Gucci.
But yeah. Imagine an entire town getting crushed by battle cruisers.
Oh.
I mean, it's not like they fell in the air with an impact of a meteor, because it's water, right?
Yeah.
But what we ended up doing was... I say we, I wasn't alive at that point. Nor were my grandparents, for that matter. The consensus was made to settle on land. And my family actually split off into two parts. One went to the Netherlands, the other went to Italy. Now keep in mind, they did this like after World War I had just ended. So that was 20 years on land, and then suddenly the Great Depression, and then suddenly World War II. And they were,
Bam.
yeah, and they were in two of like the hardest hit countries. And after that, the decision was made to move to Canada.
Canada.
And yeah, my mom and dad were raised here. I was raised here.
What part of Canada? Vancouver, or I mean, left? You can just say northeast.
I don't want to disclose that.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I've been to Vancouver, and I've been to Whistler. So.
Yep.
My
Actually,
God, it's beautiful.
Did you know our mom wants to move to Canada?
I'm sorry, what?
Our mama, she wants to move to Canada. She told me that.
Really? Oh, you can give her insight about it.
Oh, I did, and I told her do not go to British Columbia.
Oh, why not? What's wrong with that area?
Like, it's actually pretty simple. It's just I'm trying to come up with a clever way of saying it.
Okay, go for it.
Like, you basically have to sell your firstborn child to get a decent-sized house in Vancouver.
Oh, yeah, it is expensive.
It's expensive because all these Chinese billionaires that came in and started buying up property.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why there's now this huge property tax on foreigners.
Foreigners as in, oh, okay, non-Canadian?
Yeah.
Non-citizens.
Yep. So, and I said to her, I'm like, if you want to sell in Canada, do not settle here because it will cost you a fortune and it will not be worth it. I think what I said to her was, if you're going to move anywhere, I would recommend Ontario. Maybe, like, if you want to settle down somewhere quiet, Saskatchewan or Manitoba.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe somewhere on the East Coast, and, like, Newfoundland especially is a beautiful, beautiful place.
Do you have to learn how to speak French in the East Coast?
You have to learn how to speak French everywhere, and officially it's our second language, but I do not speak it. Like, no one, like, uses it outside of Quebec, and I do not speak it, period. Like, I was exempt from French class.
Lucky.
It is actually quite lucky. The reason was because I was struggling as a kid. Like, learning disabilities and all that. And I'm trying to make it up now by learning Italian, learning my mother tongue, well, my other mother.
How's that going?
I've stuck with it for almost a year now, which is more than I can say about German, Dutch, and Japanese.
Did you find that learning Japanese is a hard language to
Oh,
learn, though.
absolutely, absolutely. Out of all the languages I've learned, Japanese is by far the hardest.
Yeah.
Like, because first and foremost, you have to learn the alphabet. And then there's like two different kinds. There's like the two character sets whose names I forget, and then there's kanji, which is like the ordinary alphabet is just syllables. Every symbol is a syllable, right? But kanji, every syllable is a word.
Oh, you gotta learn every single one like that. Dang.
That's actually how I think Mandarin and Cantonese work, is every character is a word.
Yep. You
Which-
are correct about that.
I don't even know how that's possible. Like, how is...
I will say Mandarin is hard because you have to learn the strokes of your words too. So it's the calligraphy aspect of it, and then
You speak
how to
Mandarin then?
speak it. I do, yes.
Oh, nice.
I am Mandarin.
Uh,
I'm Mandarin. I am Chinese.
Yeah, but what kind of Chinese? Because there's, like, Mandarin, and then there's Cantonese.
Specifically, I'm Taiwanese.
Oh,
So,
from Taiwan.
yes, I'm from Taiwan.
Not from West Taiwan.
I am not from West Taiwan. From East.
I wonder if I'm gonna get, I'm not gonna poke that anymore. I'm already teabagging a bear trap.
Teabagging.
Yeah, teabagging a bear trap by saying West Taiwan. You think we
There's
should be
something wrong with that.
leaving this island now, then? Or do you think because... you
I
think the shark's at low enough health that we could try and kill it?
mean, I could make another. Do you have any like rope or anything like that? Because I could make another shark bait and go for another swim.
Do I have... Yes. I have more rope.
I need. Let's see. Okay.
I just
need
dumped it all for you.
one. Oh, thank you. I will give you a shark bait. All right. Let me know whenever you're ready.
Yeah,
I'll throw this sucker down.
Japanese is weird because the way I describe it is it's like Yoda speak in terms of sentence structure.
You gotta speak. Yeah.
Is it like that with Mandarin? Alright, just whenever you're ready.
Yes. So okay, I'm ready. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. For example, like how to say my name? You start with your last name first. So.
That's pretty
Now,
common
trans-
in Japanese too, though.
Mhm.
But like words like des, you know what des is? You know desu?
It's two.
That's a linking verb that means it is. But notice how it's always at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird, like the structuring of adjective, nouns, and verbs, and like the words that link them together. It's so different. Yoda speak is the only way I can describe it.
Yoda speak. That's interesting way to say it. It's just a way to describe it.
Yeah, but even then, I don't think that clears it up enough. But yeah, like, learning German or Italian is way easier because there's so much in common with the English language. Even if
Some say that's very similar to Spanish too. I think Spanish has very common similarities with English as well.
well, because it's a Latin-derived language. Same with Italian, same with French. They all come from Latin.
Hey, he's coming for you, the shark. Okay. Actually, let me see if I can throw another bait. You can stay down there.
Oh well.
All right.
She's after me right now, so I'm just gonna go up on the surface.
Okay.
Anyways, what were you saying?
Oh, we were talking about the Latin language, right? And then
Yeah.
how it's so easy compared to
Well, it's not easy. Because Latin language
easier, I guess.
I think a lot of English sentence structure comes from Germanic languages. And I actually learned this because I once did art role-playing with a French-Canadian guy.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of saying campfire, he said fire camp.
Fire camp.
Yes, because as it turns out, that's the adjective noun order in French.
Mm-hmm.
And I've learned that that happens a lot in Latin languages. Like let's see if I can remember. Gelato al chocolate, which means chocolate ice cream. but you're pronouncing it ice cream of chocolate. And there's a lot of things like that, where if you're describing the color of something, you describe that after, like the adjective comes after the noun. I don't think you get that in German. Actually, now that I think about it, I'll have to ask Eldritch.
He's coming for you. Oh, you're already up. Is he German, Eldridge?
Yeah, he's German. Actually, I played RAFT with him a few days ago, and this Thursday, I'm gonna play with him again.
Yep.
Actually, maybe if you ask him, he'll let you join, because the idea was an English-only stream for him, me, and some of his friends as like a way to include me, but also a way for them to practice their English.
How many people could play RAFT? Is it 4?
I don't know what the max limit is. I'll have to ask him.
That's a good question.
But yeah.
I mean, I would be down.
Have you ever
I would
watched
totally be down.
one of his streams?
Unfortunately, I have not.
He's got an
I think
ASMR
his...
voice.
Oh, does he really?
He's got this like really deep and soft and calming voice.
Oh, I gotta watch him then. You had me at ASMR.
Oh. Actually, during our
ASMR.
stream with him, I had his Twitch chat up, and I was able to like get to 2,000 redeem points,
Oh.
which is honestly the only thing worth it. Which was to get him to say "ara ara," and he hates it, which is why it's so high.
That's one of his redemptions. Ara ara.
Yeah, but like I said, he's got this really smooth voice, and you know how people say German is a rough language? Not for him. And it's not like
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's not even like Austrian either, I don't think. An Austrian accent is like, that's like sexy German. And he's able to pull it off without that, I think.
I definitely have to check him out now then. And redeem the RL as well, so I can make him cringe as well.
Yeah, he also like uploads his stuff to YouTube as well.
Oh, that's good.
What's your research?
Easier way for me to... You know, I was looking to see if I wanted to... I've upgraded I've researched the glass now, so we can have the glass purifier, but man, a shit ton of sand, right, or whatever?
Yeah, and we were already going to need to build a furnace.
Yeah.
Smelter. So, and I'm doing that right now, the very slow process of putting down mud brick and laying it dry.
What else do we need?
Right now, the only thing we need to do is start like expanding these nets to collect more supplies and just expanding the general size of the rafts.
Oh. We can do that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. How do we build, I'll make it 2 stories, but...
Yeah, we can do that soon. Let me do that as well, because I've played this game so much I know how to properly build supports without the way.
I'm just gonna build a bigger raft here. Here we go.
Oh, I didn't even notice there's a mango tree on shore.
I can grab it. I'm gonna make this a little longer. Just do like 1 more. Alright, that's good. Gucci. Gucci Poochie. So you just say the furnace is our next priority here?
Yeah, and for that we need sand and clay to make into brick.
Hence, I need to fish more for shark bait.
Honestly, the shark is about to die. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but the shark actually has like changing textures when it takes damage.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I did see that, the little scratch marks, right?
Yeah, like, the more damage you deal, the more severe they get until it finally dies.
Oh, we need to start selling. I have no rope. I need rope and leaves.
Sailing? Sure.
Yeah.
That's
Ready?
the thing, it's like you could be on this island forever, but you can't.
Yeah.
Because you're in
Alright.
constant need of resources.
That is true. Running low. Get that. Ugh! I have salmon, but I need a grill, I think, to...
Yeah,
Ooh, a
and we
flag.
can't get that until we start to like smelt metal ingots.
Yeah, that's gonna take a while.
Honestly,
seems
you
like,
might
yep.
as well just eat it raw. It's taking space.
Nom 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 nom.
Which reminds me, having another chest wouldn't be a bad idea.
Let's see how to make a chest.
It's like plastic and rope and something.
I need one more rope. Seems like. Eat this raw. Yum yum yum. Excelente.
Sushi. Can't wait.
Basically.
Yeah, I can't wait to go back to all you can eat sushi. When this
Oh,
is...
do you miss that?
Hmm?
You miss eating all you can eat sushi?
Yeah, that's one thing I think I miss a lot about this is going out to restaurants, like sushi restaurants. And getting like lots of like spicy salmon rolls, grilled eel, and, like bubble tea.
Oh, you like boba? That's nice.
It wasn't something I enjoyed at first, but it grew on me.
It was weird. Like, you remember the first time you tried bubble? It was acquired taste, you would say?
Somewhat.
Acquired
Like,
texture, maybe?
the texture was fine. It was actually the taste I didn't like, because, like, tapioca was very bland.
Oh, okay. That's what you didn't like. I'm just curious because, I mean, bubble tea tastes like water to me. I drink so much of it.
Yeah, that's what
But,
I mean. Like, it's kind of bland, right?
the tapioca balls, yes. But you know, like if you go to a milk tea place, I think you can get like different flavors for the tapioca balls. God, my cat's sitting on my keyboard. Get off!
What's your cat's name?
It's a Li Mei, which
Li Mei.
stands for pretty. Yeah, it stands for pretty rose in Mandarin.
Do you know, is there like a specific cat breed? Do you know?
He's a turtle shell cat, so I guess short hair breed.
Are you winning, son? Yes, I am, Chase. Yes, we are.
Are
We haven't
you
died yet,
winning?
actually. Yeah, I don't know much about cat
On wood?
breeds. Like, I don't think a lot of people do, actually.
So, the best way to describe her is that she's got like 3 different colors. She's got black, she's got orange. She's one of those cats that has like 3 different colors on her fur.
Is that
So,
why the turtle shell comes in? Because it's like spotted.
it's the turtle shell. Yeah. And that's why they're called turtle shell cats.
Yeah, I guess it's because, like, cats, they're basically just like lapdogs, aren't they? I mean, they catch rats, but historically they don't really have much of a purpose other than just being there as companions.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think, like, dog breeds are more recognizable simply because they were so much specialization.
I guess so, yeah. I guess it just depends on if you're interested in cats or have an interest in them.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't think anyone's, like, bred cats to be anything like a Dachshund, right?
I don't think so. I don't think people breed cats for those purposes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, dogs can be bred for specialized purposes. Like, Dachshunds were meant for... Ah!
Oh, no, no, no. You're not going to get one of
You want
those
to pick
things.
it up?
Yeah. I got it.
Yeah, because Dachshunds are, like, people don't look at them like wiener dogs, but they are hunting dogs. A lot of people forget
They
that.
are small, right? Are those the small bulldogs?
Wiener dogs.
Wiener dogs, okay.
Like, you know, with the stubby legs and they're really tiny and tube-like.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
They're hunting dogs. They're meant to hunt like burrowing vermin. And that's why they have their shape, so that they could fit in burrows.
Hey.
It's also why Dachshunds are fairly yappy, because they're, like, bred to be fearless.
No fear.
Yeah, they're bred to be, like, very nut flexy. Like, they will recite the Navy SEALs copy pasta to you.
Makes sense. I personally don't know much about dog. I mean, I have a small general sense of
I
dog
can
breeds,
tell you
but
that
I'm not
my
too.
dog was like a circus dog.
Oh,
Bijans.
how so?
Well, Bijans were circus dogs, sort of like they were lap dogs. You could train them easily and get them to do tricks like standing on their feet.
Did your dog know any tricks?
No, but he's pretty intelligent. He knows his name. Likewise, I don't
He
even
knows
need
his
to
name.
like put him on his leash anymore because he's so used to that
Mhm.
routine.
He's very obedient. He's loyal.
Yes, although he's like, because I've learned that there's two types of dog intelligence. There's the one that's obedient, and the other that's more cat-like, wherein they are independent in their thought,
Yeah.
which is what my brother's dog is. He's too smart for his own good.
He's smart for his own good.
Yeah, it's like that is a dog who you can only control so much.
I'm guessing that's not the dog you want, huh?
Not really, especially since, well, my brother's dog has abandonment issues, and
Mm-hmm.
he has to take medication for epilepsy.
Oh, poor thing.
Yeah, uh, and he's, like I said, he's got abandonment issues, and that can make leaving to go to work painful.
Yeah.
He's sort of gotten used to it now, but especially at the beginning, it would stress him the fuck out.
Your brother?
Yeah,
The
well,
one
not
that
my brother, his dog, because he was a
his
rescue.
dog. Oh, okay.
He was a rescue. He was
Oh.
found at a PetSmart. Just, you know, someone dropped him off at the groomer, never came back.
Wow. Wait, that's such a dick move.
Oh, and you want to know what else? My brother
What?
basically was forced to adopt him.
How so?
So, at the time, he was in a relationship with someone who worked in animal control, and they got this dog.
Oh.
And the likelihood of him being adopted out was very slim. And, and technically she wasn't allowed to do this, but she did it sometimes anyways, where she'd take some rescued animals home for the night. She was a big animal lover. She had like 3 cats and a German Shepherd.
Aw.
Oh, trust me, she was an absolute bitch.
What? What?
It's like, here's the thing. She liked animals because she was not good with people.
Oh. Okay.
And that's exactly why she's now, his ex-girlfriend.
Oh. Okay.
She's also very possessive, and that's probably why she does so well with animals. Because humans are more free-thinking.
Mhm.
But anyways, so she brought home this dog, and on occasion she asked my brother, hey, could you watch him? And he did, and he developed a bond with his animal. And basically, it became his familiar. But it
Aw.
was still not officially his, so he had to wait to see if someone would adopt him out. Nobody did. And so, he had to make the choice. I either adopt this dog now, or he will be put down within a few days.
Oh, so he made the right choice, obviously.
Yes, and I remember he called the family, and I was there, and I said to him, you already know what the right answer is. You have to adopt this dog. It's like, you will not be able to live with yourself if you can't.
And ever since,
Yep. That's
he's
the
been
thing,
loving
like,
that dog.
that dog's a spaz, but I do have respect for him. And it's clear that he has this inseparable bond with my brother. Like, when I say he's just familiar, I really do mean it. It's like, they kind of understand each other, and he always follows my brother. Like, you do not have to worry about him running away. Don't put this here.
I'll put this here. Oh, why?
We only need them on
just put
two
it in the middle.
sides.
Oh, okay, yeah,
So just here and then
yeah.
along this side, and that's it.
We'll be Gucci. Excellent.
Yeah. You had any other pets growing up?
I had a hamster. I've had dwarf hamster, by the way, Russian white coat dwarf hamster, and some fish, like tropical fish. So that's my resume for pet ownage.
I only had one other Bichon.
He passed away, or
Oh yeah, we had to put her down. She was probably happy for considering her state. She had diabetes and she was just completely anorexic and totally blind by this point.
he was yeah, your dog was suffering.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang, I've been getting a lot of, well, not too many leaves. Oh. What is it? Furnace. That's what we need next, right?
Yeah, so for that,
Lot
we're gonna
furnace.
need like 5 more brick, and each brick is like 2 sand and clay each. So we're gonna need a lot of that.
Oh, damn.
Aside
we
from
got a
that, the only
park
thing we can
inventor.
really do right now is keep expanding these nets to the side of the boat. That way we can get total coverage. And just
And we can get more materials. Need a shit ton of leaves, I think. I have a lot of wood. I think leaves is the thing that I need now. That's what I'm gonna focus on. Plenty of leaves. Excelente. Can I farm the seagulls? Oh, here comes the shark. Yeah. Stupid shark. Stupid shark needs to die. What am I doing? Five more rope. I think, no. Yeah, 5 more rope is what I need.
I wonder, what other games do you think we could do together besides this?
Let's see.
Actually, how far did you get in the forest?
Not that far.
Yeah, I've never beaten it myself. I will say though,
Not even that. Uh-huh.
that game is a proper fucking horror game.
Oh god. Might need to mute my mic then. I'll be screaming a lot.
Nah, that'll make it better.
That'll make it better.
Like, how far did you get into it?
I literally just dipped my toes in that game, so not far whatsoever.
Oh, I am not going to spoil anything for you then, but I will say this. You know how some games, when it gets nighttime, it's always a full moon, so there's always light? This game does not have that. It says, no, fuck you. Nighttime is nighttime.
I didn't actually know there was actually an ending to that game. I thought it was just like a sandbox game.
Oh no, there's a story to it. There is a whole
Crazy.
story to it.
Interesting.
Apparently there's 2 different endings, but I've never seen either.
Yeah.
I will say though, I
yeah,
think
okay.
RAFT is a better survival game.
RAFT is why so?
For a game that's not even out of early access yet, it's still way more polished.
I like the art style of this, indeed.
Well, not even that. It's like, crafting recipes in the forest were abysmal, especially like building big structures. because
Mhm.
they made it so that literally every structure, every log you placed, appears on the structure, so you have to cut down 30 trees for a house.
Oh God, takes a long time.
Oh, it's so painfully long. And you basically end up clear cutting forests.
Oh God, I actually like. I mean, I do like Valhelm though. So
Valheim, yep. I haven't played that in a while. I wonder if, like, any notable updates have happened to it since it got
no,
popular.
nope. We're waiting for the update. Oh, someone in my chat wants you to introduce yourself. Go ahead.
Oh, my name is Grimbram. I am Goth's, little brother, like, virtual brother, from Canada. Are they asking about my horrific appearance?
Yes.
I am a Knuckle of V. Uh, a creature from the water from, well, I mean, no one's mythology, really, but the Scotch were the first ones to give us the name Knuckle of V. Back when we used to roam on land once a season to devour crops.
You have that intro down because I'm sure people ask you that a lot
Yeah,
about your.
I gotta get it nailed down more. That's right, I only gave you, like, the small, like, drawing that my friend Seppi did, right?
Yes.
So they don't even see
Indeed.
the full extent of the horror that is my body. It's like they
I want
don't
to play
see...
Street Fighter, but I don't have Street Fighter Jungle Double. Sorry. Go ahead.
I don't play fighting games either, honestly.
I don't have. I'm not good at fighting games. I just button mash.
Same. It's like you button mash and you either win or you lose. It's a very much an acquired taste. I think the
I
only
do
thing-
like Injustice. Injustice is good.
I did play lots of Smash back when it was Brawl. I played the shit out of that.
Oh, me as well. Yes. Favorite character in that game? What would it be?
Meta Knight.
Meta Knight. Oh, I like
Yes.
Kirby. So
Yeah,
Shit.
people would be like, "Oh, Meta Knight's overpowered." I didn't pay attention to that because I didn't really see that game as competitive. I'm like, Meta Knight just looks cool. He has a cool voice. And once I started to learn that there was a Kirby anime, I'd start to like Meta Knight even more.
oh, okay.
You ever watch that anime?
Do I watch anime? Is that what you said?
Oh, the Kirby anime.
I didn't actually even know they had a Kirby anime.
Yeah, it was like early 2000s, and it was for kids, so they like banned an episode because they had a gun in it.
Oh. What? That's such a weird way to ban it.
It's for kids. What do you expect?
Whatever. Kirby, the name should know. Yep.
Yeah, it's called Kirby Right Back at Ya. And the best part about it was, in the English dub especially, Meta Knight was Spanish. Like he was Zorro.
Really?
Yeah, like, that was just his character. He was Zorro. He was like this... And he was just such a cool character overall. And he had some of the most quotable lines in the show, too.
Do you remember any of them?
There's a part where he gets covered in custard and he says, "I feel dirty."
Kirby, he's the star of the show.
Yeah, that's the opening. And they actually did it very well, because, like, Kirby doesn't speak, right? And they made sure that was a thing in the show. They actually had some pretty cool lore about him. That he's, like, this star warrior, but he's, like, a child who's still underdeveloped. And this is why he's so cute and, like, innocent and why he can't speak, because he's literally a baby.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, holy shit, you mean he's gonna get bigger and more powerful?
Power overwhelming.
It's like, so this is just like Boo in his first form?
True. Metastar was the last Star Warrior that served. Oh, Meta Knight, I'm sorry. Metastar, Metas.
Yeah. That's the other cool thing about him. He was a veteran in this like old intergalactic war Meta Knight. And that's the thing. So it's like he's this like battle-scarred soldier, and he becomes like Kirby's mentor. It's like, yeah, people say he's OP in Brawl, and I'm like, okay, I don't care. I didn't even notice the tripping, to be honest.
Free on YouTube, okay.
Yeah,
I'll have to watch it on YouTube,
I like
then.
binged it on YouTube. I didn't finish it. I never finish the anime I watch.
There's something you can finish on your free time.
I still have to finish part 4 of JoJo.
What is your favorite anime then? That you
Psychopaths.
Psychopaths. Okay.
Like, a lot of people say, well, I have a few favorites. Unquestionably Psychopaths for me.
And why is that?
Have you ever watched it?
I have not. So
Like, I have never seen an anime that intelligent. Like, the only thing that came close is maybe, Death Note, but even then, Death Note was, like, really edgy. And it was clever, but it wasn't intelligent or really that thought-provoking. It was just really, like, it was a thriller. Psychopaths is a show that delves deep into the realm of philosophy, and they even, like, name-drop philosophers in the show. Like, the villain in the show in particular, he's quoted Rene Descartes, he's, mentioned Gulliver's Travel, and all these like classical pieces of literature and intellectualism. And the thing is, you don't really know if the main villain's right or not. Like, that was the thing about that anime, is the way it ended, you don't really know who won, and well, you know who won, but you don't know if the good guys won or not. Because by the end of it, you really don't know.
I do like those animes like that, where like there's like a very gray area if it's right or wrong, or if.
So the plot of the
Good or
show
evil.
is it's like this cyberpunk future Japan where they've isolated themselves from the rest of the world again for the second time now. And I guess there's this technology that allows someone to read your brain and judge based on some computer algorithm thing whether or not you are criminally insane. And this is called your psychopath.
Mhm.
And if it gets too high, you get dubbed a latent criminal. And basically you're treated like a second-class citizen. And the whole anime is, it's about, like the police force, which is now, like, comprised of two people. One of them is, like, the handlers, and the other half is latent criminals. Because, you know, they're the ones who can already handle traumatic situations, and they're also the people who probably know best how to think like a criminal. So they're, like, sort of like hounds. But like I said, the main villain of the show is this, like, intellectual guy who, like, sees society as this massive cage. That's the thing, like, your psychopaths and your aptitude determines what jobs you can have, and it's this very authoritarian regime.
Yeah. All based off of that. They try to do that style on Disney, but with Fantasy Artemis Fowl. I don't know what that is. Not familiar with that. Not familiar with that, my dude.
But yeah, Psychopaths was a really good show. Oh man. And it's not that long. I think there's like
How many episodes is it?
20 to 30 episodes, I think. All half an hour long.
Oh, that'd be a good anime then.
Yeah, it's something you
The main
can
character.
knock out in a weekend.
Oh yeah, those. I mean, I like short animes right now. The main character is not good, but not evil, but it was dumbed down from the books, so children would watch beside the fact that the books were the books are for children.
Okay, I don't know what he's talking about, but I'm pretty sure it's not Psychopaths, because that was definitely not child-friendly. Like, you
Oh, I
got...
think he's talking about Artemis Fowl.
Yeah, because you see some very interesting gore in Psychopaths. Like, let's just say it's artistic about the gore. That's all I'm gonna say.
Artistic.
I'm not gonna spoil too much.
Have you seen Invincible, the TV
Nope.
show?
I know the meme, haven't seen it. Nor do
It's
I
good.
really care to, honestly. Like, there's so many shows I need to watch, so... It's like, I don't like superhero as a genre anyway, so why do I care?
Oh, you don't? Yeah, it is a superhero TV show.
Superheroes was never really my thing. Maybe it's because I have an aversion to mainstream things like Marvel.
Oh, you don't like Marvel?
Like, I remember watching the Iron Man movies, and I like
Yeah.
those, even when they start to get bad.
Uh-huh.
But then there's all these other superheroes I didn't care about, and then there was the fucking whole Avengers universe, and this became this big mainstream thing. And it's like, okay, in order to penetrate this well, I'll have to watch all this shit, which I'm not going to do that. Plus, I don't even care about these superheroes anyways, they don't look that interesting to me, so why should I waste time on this? Plus, it's something mainstream, which means that it's
Fair.
which means that it's probably developed by people who like watch marketing trends and do what's popular and try to appeal to the widest audience. And
Oh,
one thing
yeah,
I've learned is that
true.
art is best when it's niche.
I'm guessing you like to listen to like more niche music as well then.
Indie games, indie music, indie TV, like the more niche it is, you will either hate it or you will really love it.
Mm-hmm.
But it will never feel bland and like it's dumbed down for a wider audience.
That is a valid point. Oh, shark. Stupid shark.
Yeah,
I do like indie games as well. I actually do like indie games as well. I like supporting the indie developers because
Yep.
no, it's like more raw. It's not it's not like. I guess the best way to explain it, yeah, it's more raw and it's like not as refined as like AAA games and whatnot.
Okay, are you saying that the last few AAA games that have come out in recent years have been refined?
No, they've
Anthem,
been half.
Fallout 76, Cyberpunk.
They've been pretty half-assed.
They've been half-assed for so long.
Yeah.
Like, they have a higher budget so I can get, like, these cool visuals, but that's the only thing that can really refine.
Yeah,
Especially
I feel
when,
really bad.
like, the main priority is money, not making art. This is also why I believe that, like, capitalism and art are two concepts that clash. It's like, art is not
Capitalism
something...
art.
Yeah, art is
Huh.
not something you do for profit. Art is something you do to create and create beauty. So trying to find a happy balance is really hard.
I agree.
I mean, after all, EA was once a good company at one point, and I still remember one of my favorite games as a kid, SSX Tricky.
Oh,
You ever,
yeah.
You ever played that?
I have not played that now.
Oh, that was an awesome game. It was a
Good
snowboarding
old
game.
days.
And it had this like attitude to it, and it was kind of cartoonish in ways. Like one of the levels was basically a giant, like indoor ski slope that was modeled to look like a pinball machine.
Oh, okay.
So it's like they had these like, you know how like pinball machines have those rails which balls ride along. It's like,
Yes.
yeah, you could grind on things like that. And you could do all these, like, neat tricks, which of course are not sanctioned, or or even possible snowboarding tricks, but they were still cool anyways. Yep.
We get to the island. Let's see.
Back in the prime. But yeah, indie games these days, they have everything to lose and everything to gain, so that's why a lot more effort is put into them and a lot more passion is put into them. Plus, they're smaller teams, so there's that.
Indie games are pretty successful now these days too. I mean, look at Valheim, Valheim, whatever it's
Valheim.
called.
I think
Valheim,
Valheim just
yeah.
got lucky, because honestly, I don't think it really did anything that different. Like, compared to other crafting survival games, of which I've played a few, it doesn't seem that much different. Not gonna lie. It's like, yeah.
So why do you think it was so successful? Right timing?
I think it was just luck and, like, they were able to catch a trend.
That makes sense.
Because, like, there's stuff about terrain manipulation. Yeah, I've seen that before. That's Minecraft. Can you do that in Rust? I don't know. But then it's like, oh, but we have bosses. Yeah, so does Minecraft. Okay, well, we have, like big elaborate building mechanics. It's like, yeah, I've seen that in Minecraft, I've seen that in Subnautica, I've seen that in Raft, I've seen that in Forest. You can build big, awesome bases. It's like, I
It
don't
doesn't
know.
really have anything new.
Yeah, it really doesn't have that much that's actually new. And honestly, there are parts of Valheim that infuriate me. Such as when I'm trying to, like, repair water-damaged wood. And, like, it uses up your stamina. It's like, fuck you, just let me repair this. I'm not in combat right now, stop making me use my stamina.
Yeah. People just have a Viking fetish, I think.
I mean, yeah, Vikings are badass. That's probably why.
I know.
Actually, there is one thing I really like, and that is they made the Viking armor pretty accurate. Because it's like there's no horns or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a nice... That's actually a thing. Valheim put a lot of attention to detail. Like, sailing in that game is fairly realistic.
I see.
The shark can't get these. These are expensive to repair. Or not to repair, but just to make.
Wait, can you repair these?
What, the edge pieces?
Yeah.
You can repair anything that the shark attacks. Have you not been doing that this whole time?
How do you repair?
With your hammer.
Oh.
There's like a specific feature at the very bottom, which is to repair. It costs a plank to restore 50%.
Oh, good thing nothing's damaged yet. Gucci.
Well, yeah, because I've been repairing it all.
Nice!
Yeah, so I've been pulling my weight here.
I have not been pulling my weight. Oblivion, thank you for the follow.
There actually is one thing about Valheim I really liked, and that was the music. Specifically the boss music. Like, the first boss in the game had, like, metal as a soundtrack.
The deer?
Yeah. It's like, I did not expect metal, but I am not complaining either.
5-person team, right? That was how many people developed the game?
Yeah. It's like, and that's the thing, it's like, size of a team doesn't matter. Valheim got successful.
And look at how many people were working on Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Although, I do, I don't think Cyberpunk deserves all the shit it gets. I think the main reason people rage at Cyberpunk was because they were expecting to be the second coming of Jesus.
Because marketing did such a good job marketing the game.
They did say, I think, that they put way too much in marketing. But, like, CDPR is a company known for good work ethics. And they openly preach about, especially, like, during big controversies, like with Battlefront 2 and microtransactions and loot boxes, they adamantly, on numerous occasions, condemned this and said, we're not going to put it in any of our games, period. We're not going to crunch any of our employees, period. And they tried not to, until, like, the last few months, when people were getting really impatient.
Yeah.
But I think the thing is, like, when you make yourself look that good, people hope, it's not just that they hope that you deliver a good game, it's that your game is so good that the competition takes note and AAA games can be good again. And that's what I mean by saying people expected the second coming of Jesus. People expected this to be the game that, like, makes the industry healthy again. It, like, provides a template for healthy production that makes everyone happy. And that unfortunately didn't happen.
I'm optimistic. I really think that Cyberpunk will be better
I do
after
too.
they.
Like, they're not going to abandon that, and they haven't.
I mean, yeah, it's
And I think another reason why it was failed is because it was a very new idea. And that's something I've heard about it, is that they had to scale back their ambition a lot.
hmm
Because, I mean, yeah, it's an open world game, and that's their jam, but it's also a first person game with guns, and, like, a bunch of these other mechanics, vehicle mechanics. Not to mention, the world is a lot more dense than in The Witcher. Like, entire buildings densely packed with people is harder to render than forests, right?
yeah.
Especially when those people have to be, like, randomly generated, like their appearance randomly generated, like in GTA. That's not easy to do. And even before the game released, like, there were interviews saying, right now we're working hard on the console ports, specifically the last gen ports. And
I don't
that
think
makes...
they're gonna save.
Huh?
I don't think they're gonna save PS4 though.
Yeah,
It's
it's
gonna take a long ass time.
that's the thing. It's like, why they thought they should continue doing that, I don't know. Also, that's another thing I heard. Like, they had 9 different builds of the game for 9 different platforms.
God.
So just imagine you fix a bug in one, and then you say to yourself, okay, now I have to check to see if that bug exists in the others.
Yeah.
So now I have to check it 8 more times. And of course, what can cause a bug can be random, and sometimes you never figure it out. So yeah, that was a good example of... That's the thing. Have you ever played the original Witcher game?
I have not.
I played it for about 5 minutes, and then I dropped it and said no.
Yeah, fuck this shit.
Uh, it's hard to describe, but the combat mechanics were so unintuitive and weird.
mm,
Like, that's the thing. They've, like, since the first game, they have vastly polished and, like, overhauled the combat system to something more intuitive that people are more, like, understanding of. The first game was, like, I couldn't get past the tutorial. It's like, no, this is too alien. This is, like...
it's too.
Like, this... Am I reading the Necronomicon right now? What is this eldritch bullshit? But that's the thing. That was the first game. And The Witcher didn't get popular until, like, the third game, really. Like, the second game had a following, but the third game is the one that got Game of the Year and that everyone was hyped for and that delivered. So when you think about it, that was a game that took 3 iterations to get right.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah. So, and people magically think that Cyberpunk is going to be the same. It's like, no, it's not going to be good until the third game.
They're gonna bring Cyberpunk to PS1. It already is. Look at the graphics for the PlayStation 4.
Well, wasn't it always on PS1? Like, didn't they, like, say, yeah, we're putting it on current and next-gen consoles?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else was I gonna say on this subject?
We're talking about Witcher and how it took 3 tries to make it out effect.
Yeah, and I think people expected more than Cyberpunk. Again, people expect that game to, like, cure the industry, I feel. I have no information to back that up, that's just from observation. But
I would say most people had high expectations for Cyberpunk because it was from such a well-renowned, company, right? They made Witcher 3.
Yeah.
They
and Cyberpunk as like a setting is weird. Not like the genre, just the game world. Because that game was a tabletop RPG, right?
Cyberpunk, yes.
Yes, and I have played Cyberpunk 2020 for exactly one session.
Oh, one session.
And we could not figure out how to get weapon fire rate working. Like, Cyberpunk 2020 is a magically weird experience, and it was a god-awful system.
Was it really?
Yeah. In fact, they dumbed down a lot of things in 77. So let me put it to you this way. There was a stat in... getting to the way. There was a stat in 2020, which was called attitude. Just let that sink in. It was called attitude. And I think there were only 2 skills dedicated to it. Meanwhile, you had like 15 skills dedicated to like agility or dexterity or whatever. And one of the skills was, and I kid you not, teaching. And it was teaching skills to other characters. And you could only teach them up to your limit with the teaching skill. And it's like, what is that? I've never seen that ever used in an RPG before. And I'm a dungeon... Yeah, and I'm a dungeon master who's like done a lot of systems. And Cyberpunk 2020 was just so weird in so many ways. Oh, and what's also funny was Cyberpunk 2020 was published in I think 91. Which
91. Okay.
So that was like basically the tail end of the 90s. Or not the 90s, the 80s. So that game was the most 80s trash thing ever. It was like saturated 80s. So like, there was like lots of inspiration taken from the Terminator. And a lot of the art... Actually, a lot of the art was very overly sexualized in some really silly ways.
That's the 90s for ya.
No, the 80s for you.
That's the 80s for you.
It was like... So it was like, had a lot of inspiration from Terminator and RoboCop in the art design. And they went into, like, detail about... I think, like, the game opened with, like, the definition of cyber and punk. And, like, going back to the punk rock movement. And there is something that I learned from 2077, which was definitely there in 2020, and that was... people are stupid and have no sense of self-preservation. Like, you know when you're in the car with Dexter Deshawn and he says, would you rather live old or die young? Like, die young in a blaze of glory and live to be like an old age and smelling a piss. And of course you're given a dialogue option, and there is no dialogue option for getting old. Because the game basically expects you to... Because the game basically expects everyone, including you, to live in the now. And that's the thing, like, all the thugs in Cyberpunk, they have no will to live. It's like, have you ever seen the Boondocks?
Have not.
Oh, you won't get what I'm saying then. Okay, I won't...
I'm missing out. I know, I'm missing out.
First and foremost, you're missing out huge. The Boondocks is an amazing piece of media. Like, I've heard one person say it is the most important show to black culture.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
And I guess it says a lot that there's like a lot of like mainstream like stuff like black entertainment television hate it. And they especially hate the guy who made it. Aaron Magruder.
It was a white guy or something?
No, he was a black guy named Aaron Magruder. but they hated it because he was like this really harsh critic of the black community.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was a guy who was like ahead of the curve. He was definitely like a social critic. And as someone who is black, like, he had a lot of insight into this culture. And that's the thing, the Boondocks is a massive satire of not just black culture, but also, like, white culture. Like,
I have to watch it then.
oh yeah. Oh, and the
I
best...
love satire.
Oh my... Don't watch this. Do not watch the 4th season, though, because that was the season he did not partake in, and it shows.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is garbage.
From the other seasons?
Yeah, the other seasons were genius. Like, yeah, it was just... it was so... it's so hard to describe, but there was something in the show called a nigga moment.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that?
It's not exactly something I can explain in this day and age without someone getting offended.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
But basically, again, this show was satire. It was basically like a way of like when black people hate each other to an extent that they would like go to extreme lengths for it. And like the episode started with 2 black guys bumping into each other on the street, and then immediately they start pulling up gats.
Oh God.
And it's like, that is cyberpunk. That is cyberpunk 2077 right there. It's like you bump into someone on the streets, you pull out a gat, you have no form of self-preservation. This is a perfect time to throw your life away.
Damn right. Priorities.
Honestly,
I got them straight.
I forget who... The guy who made Cyberpunk, like, who wrote the original rulebooks and everything, I forget his name, but I am convinced that the entire, setting is just there to take the piss out of the genre. Like, it's just there for satire's sake, because it's so over the top.
I mean, I'm into that stuff though, like over the top shit like that.
I mean, I hope so, because if he was serious about that, then it... Oh my god, it's cringy. Like, because there were stats, getting augmentation would damage your empathy stat. And they sort of go into detail about that in Cyberpunk 2077, you know, Cyber Psychos. You got that far in the game, right?
Yeah, I did.
But, like, it just seems like such a stupid idea, so it's like, let me get this straight. If I lose my arm in a machining accident and I get it replaced, I'm somehow less able to relate to people, and I become like a machine, a psychotic killing machine.
Got my corporate cog.
Oh, and that's another thing in Cyberpunk 2077. Like, all the poor people had no self-preservation, all the rich people were sociopaths, and like control freaks and power mad. It's like, it felt so ridiculous.
Has to be. Someone in my chat says you gotta make yourself a podcast, man. Just talk about talk about Cyberpunk.
Like, here's the thing. As someone who spent a lot of time alone, just for a lot of my childhood, I talk to myself a lot, and I just start to think and overthink, and I get these opinions. So it's like, I've fully developed opinions about Cyberpunk and what happened to it. I should do, like, podcasts with other VTubers. I guess that's what this is, kind of, right?
You should. I mean, I'm working on making a podcast. It's more like a talk show-ish podcast I'm working on.
I'd love to be there. Like, any particular topic?
I'm mostly gonna focus on people that like I want to get a taste on like why people joined VTubing and like just talk about the VTube community, current topics about VTubing.
I mean, that's a cool idea. At the same time, it's also a depressing idea, because the most recent notable news in the VTubing community was what happened with Taiga. Did you hear about that?
I did not. I'm so uncultured. See, this is the stuff I need to learn
Honestly,
more about.
it's the kind of stuff you want to miss because it's petty Twitter drama,
Oh,
cancel culture
you
shit.
wanna? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, do you want to give me the skinny of what happened?
Basically, former mod of a VTuber named Taiga called him out. I say him. Taiga is very ambiguous
The
about
girl. Oh, okay.
their gender. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's said the phrase "Taiga is Taiga" before in regards to if he is male or female. But most people use male pronouns, so I'm gonna do it. Former mod called him out for being a pedo, as well as being transphobic and racist and toxic. So that's a lot of accusations, and when you start to get that many accusations, it kind of feels like a smear campaign, doesn't it?
It does.
Like, it reminds me, like, the way people try to, like, the way the media tried to, like, take down Trump, in the primary election by saying he's racist, he's sexist, he's homophobic, and all this other stuff. Meanwhile, I'm here saying, yeah, he's a 70-year-old Republican. Like, that's a prerequisite for the position.
Oof. I hope no one's a Republican. I'm okay. I mean, I'm not a Republican, but
Honestly, I try to avoid politics as much as possible. I'm just using that as an example, because that's the thing about Trump was he attracted so much hate from everywhere. Like, the media hated him. He was a troll. He trolled the media, unquestionably. But anyways, staying out of the politics. So, Tiger's mod called him out, had this big, like, Google Doc with all these screenshots and shit. And within an hour, like, you could already see, and I was keeping track of it, his follower count on Twitter dropped by, like, hundreds a day.
shit.
Yeah, Tiger was pretty big. He got, like, mentioned by Vishojo, and he was partaking in this big collab coming up. Definitely one of the heavyweights of independent VTubers.
Yeah, pull him out, huh?
And of course, other people came out with their own documents and their own accounts of Taiga. And before Taiga was even able to, like, come up with a proper counter defense, like a proper doc with their side of the story and their screenshots, everyone already was witch hunting.
Oh.
And even I got...
I'm not a fan of cancel culture.
Neither am I. And I try to, like, tell people, can we just wait and see what happens? Can we just wait for defense? I got called a pedo sympathizer for this.
Really?
Yes.
Just because you wanted to wait.
So, when I say pedo, I mean Taiga's a Shotokan.
Oh, okay.
Hell, he even looks like a Shota. He's like a femboy. And people were saying the evidence was overwhelming, and I actually proved to someone how easy it is to fake screenshots. Because,
pretty easy.
I mean, you saw the thumbnail I made of us, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's like, so I had to go into paint.net, I had to, like, make multiple layers, I had to use the eraser tool to, like, very gently on the pixel level, remove your head from your neck as well as mine. That stuff can be pretty difficult, well, not too difficult, but it's definitely, like, tedious. Like, forging, a Discord screenshot is super easy. And I proved it. I said I could do this in 30 minutes. And then the person I was talking to...
Scary.
I said I could do it in 30 minutes. The person I was talking to said, then do it. I think I saw that post maybe 4 minutes after it was, like, sent. So it's like, alright, I have already missed 4 minutes on the clock here. And... So I think it was somewhere between 7 to 12 minutes later, I posted proof. By, like, faking one of their screenshots. You mind throwing that in the water?
Yeah,
well
I'm gonna throw it. Ready?
Some,
3, 2, 1. Start diving.
So yeah,
welcome to the most interesting show on the internet. Yes, this is the most interesting show on the internet.
Screenshots are so easy to fake. And it's like, all you need is Paint.net, which is free to download. You don't even need the plugins for it. You just need to know how to make multiple layers. And how to use, like, and just how to, like, crop things.
Or I can do that too. It's just YouTube it.
Yeah, because, the only thing I did was, so I made a post with the fake text on Twitter. And the reason why I did that is because it's the exact same text font, so that when I take a screenshot of it, it's exactly the same on a pixel-perfect level. So all I need to do is copy and paste that, erase the original text, put that over, use the fill bucket to make everything white, and it's like, bam, done. Meanwhile, there were screenshots, actually it was only one screenshot of Taiga saying the N-word to someone in a very hurtful way. This was all the proof of the racism accusation. And it's like, yeah, I don't believe any of this.
Just based off of that, yeah.
Also, because Taiga is very androgynous and, like, very sex-positive, thinking that he could be, like, transphobic, it's like, okay, do you want to accuse some, like, 90-year-old Jewish lady who survived Auschwitz of being part of the SS? It's like, at that point, you're either completely full of shit, or you are genuinely insane if you think that's a possibility.
Just don't... It just doesn't seem like they would connect, right?
Exactly, and I saw that immediately as I went through the doc. I'm like, okay, these are red flags. Meanwhile, everyone else threw Taiga under the bus. That said...
Not on the bandwagon.
Yeah, that said, not everything is false, and Taiga even admitted to being very toxic. And not always treating her mods, whatever, their mods,
yeah,
the way you should. But here's an interesting thing. He also provides screenshots of said mod, who originally called him out, posting more Shada in the Discord. So it's like, so this guy's involved in it too.
Can of worms being spilled here.
Yeah.
Can of worms being spilled.
Yeah, and I think ultimately the consensus is that Taiga can be an absolute asshole, but there's very little, like, solid evidence of wrongdoing, aside from being toxic.
Yeah. A lot of people are toxic on the internet.
Exactly, especially on Twitter.
On Twitter? Yeah.
Like, there was nowhere more toxic than, well, maybe there's a few places. And this is why, I've said this before, and I do, to an extent, believe it, that 4chan might be one of the best social media platforms.
4chan? Oh, how so? I'm not too familiar with that website, by the way.
I don't go to it as much as I used to, so I don't know how much things have changed. Last time I checked, you're not allowed to use racial slurs on safe for work boards. Which, in and of itself, is not helping my case here. Just by saying that. But they used to use racial slurs a lot. So, 4chan is a place where, basically, unless you, like, go off topic or post something illegal like CP, it's really hard to get banned. And this creates an interesting culture, especially because you're completely anonymous there. There's no pseudonyms, there's no usernames or pictures to represent yourself. You're just anonymous. You can express yourself freely with almost no repercussion. So what this creates is an atmosphere where people are not afraid to have a dialogue.
A real dialogue, right?
Like a true dialogue, which is not... Like, you could straight up be a Holocaust denier on that site, and there are plenty. They even have a board. They even have a board to contain all the racism. It's called Poll. It's actually a pretty funny place to go and troll.
Oh, God.
Ow. Because, like, it's easy to troll racists.
There's plenty of them out there.
Yep. But yeah, it's a place that is... Like, it's a place where you can't block or ignore someone. If you want to just avoid someone, you have to get away from the screen itself.
Okay.
So, it's sort of like an anti-echo chamber, not completely, but you can't block out the negativity. You have to deal with it. You have to grow a thick skin if you want to survive on 4chan. So it becomes this place of, it can be a place of intellectual sparring, but it can also be a place where people tell you to blow it out your ass.
It's two different sides of the
That's
the
the
world
thing.
there.
4chan is a very interesting example of internet anthropology. Like, just the culture of it is so unique and interesting. I think that's what originally drew me to it as a teenager, because it was this place that was full of misfits and outcasts and people who did not, like, see society through everyone else's lens. But yeah, it's a place with its own culture, and it can be a very active community. And they've done, like, lots of fan projects. Like, their video game board has an annual thing called V the Musical, where they, like, it's basically, it's a music competition.
Oh!
Yep.
Uh-huh.
And there were some very hilarious entries. Like the Don't Shitpost I'm Scared series, which is a parody of Don't Hug Me I'm Scared. Have you ever seen that?
I fucking love that show.
Yeah. They do that, but like, they reword it to be about 4chan. Shit.
That's nutty.
Yeah, 4chan. I could go on for hours about that place. Like, about especially the idiots on K. The idiots who go scuba diving with old Soviet rebreathers. Or that guy who decided to pull the pin of a live grenade and put it in his toilet.
Why? Why?
Because they told him to.
Because they. Oh my.
And it was like,
God.
I think it was like a really old rusty grenade. Like, I think the pin broke when he pulled it out. And like, there was no telling if it would actually. And like, that was the thing. No one knew if it would actually go off.
Spoiler, it did, probably.
Well, no one actually knows what happened officially. I'm about to start.
Oh.
But here's the thing. They stopped hearing from the original poster, the OP, after a while. So they're like, oh, he killed himself. So then they start, like, searching on the internet for news articles. And they found one around the time that, that OP stopped posting. And it was about how, like I think it was like a 17-year-old from some Hispanic country, like, blew up his bathroom, like the wall was exploded. And like, he died instantly. And people assume that's the guy, but I don't think a grenade can, like, demolish the wall of a house. There's no way.
I don't know, I've never had that happen to me yet. And I do not want that to happen to me.
Like, grenades aren't meant for, like, destruction of material. They're meant for anti-personnel use, they're shrapnel. You can't... Because here's the thing, this looked like someone, like, used, like, construction-grade demolitions on this wall. Like, it was just deleted.
How to solve problems. Throw racists into lava, throw everyone into lava, solve the world's problems. Nice, Oblivion. Good thinking.
Yes. You want to get rid of...
Throw them all.
Yeah, just reject humanity, you know?
Reject humanity, become an alien.
Return to monkey.
Become to monkey mode.
That reminds me, there's this one meme. Have you seen, like, JoJo Part 1, where where Dio says, I reject my humanity? And it's like, they...
No. I don't think I have.
Well, it's like, I reject my humanity, JoJo, and he holds up the mask that turns him into a vampire. Except someone photoshopped it to look like a monkey face.
I think I have seen that one. I do watch a lot of memes, though.
I'll send it to you later if I can remember.
Reject humanity. Return to monkey. Yes. I want to become a monkey.
Return to monkey.
Return to monkey.
And someone took that to a logical conclusion by making a monkey political compass. Only just to demonstrate, yeah, it's not gonna work.
Monkey hierarchy.
Yeah, there was like, on like the Marxist, like the communist access, there was someone saying, it was just like a picture of a monkey that looked like Karl Marx saying, we should stop hoarding all the bananas. And then there's the libertarian access where a guy says, if you let me fuck you, I'll give you discounts on figs. It's like stuff like that. It's like, yeah, society wouldn't change that much. It'd just be more low tech.
Be more low tech. Oh god. Hey. I'm fueled by memes.
Yeah,
Memes is what fuels me.
same. Yeah,
It is
and
my-
the Gobi chimpanzee war taught us that a lot of our problems are deeply ingrained in who we are. Damn it, I was hoping you'd ask about the Gobi chimpanzee war.
What is it?
It was the first recorded instance of chimpanzee warfare. Like, chimps actually
Wait,
going...
chimpanzees had war? Really?
Not had, they
Oh.
have war. It's rare, but they fight in organized groups.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it happened in the Gombe National Park in the 70s, and, like, it was first rejected by saying, oh, you tampered, like, the science team was accused of tampering with the environment and shit. But nope, it was a serious war, and it happened for very relatable reasons. The alpha in the tribe
What was it
died.
over?
The alpha in the
Oh,
tribe
okay.
died, which meant that there was a power vacuum. There was also, like, a lack of fertile females, so resources were scarce.
Resources.
Resources including fertile female and food and shit. And that's usually why these wars happen, is resources and power vacuums. And when chimps go to war, you can tell because, like, they have a very specific way of doing it. They don't go in the trees or anything. They walk on the ground, they walk in single file to hide their numbers. Like, so you can't count the number of tracks. We're stuck on a rock.
Shit.
So yeah, they hide their tracks by walking on the ground quietly. They make no noise, and that's how you know they're going to war.
Ninja.
Like, they do not, because chimps are loud, they make no sound. And they all follow each other in a line on the jungle floor. And they don't attack directly. I'm gonna die again, fuck. They don't attack directly.
Food.
They will, like, probe the boundaries of territory. And they will wait to find a chimpanzee alone. Because apparently chimps eat alone. Despite how social they are, they eat alone for some reason.
All of them? Really? I did not
Yeah.
know that.
So yeah, they'll just climb
Oh.
up in a tree, eat figs, just on their own, and that's when they strike. They, like, climb up the tree, drag them down, hold down limbs, smash them with rocks, like, break your limbs, and then smash the head into a bloody pulp.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's very, very primitive, very carnal. And here's the weird thing, and this has been observed multiple times. After their target is dead, the guy who with the rock, I think it might be him, it could be someone else, rips off the genitals with his teeth.
My god.
It's like, and that's something you can relate to as a human, right? Especially as a guy.
I don't rip another person's genitals off as a trophy.
Well, it's like, they just spit it out after. It's just doing it for the sake of mutilating the corpse.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, bro, like, that's... Oh, and then they cannibalize the corpse. Because of course they do. Actually, I think in this whole affair, they also witnessed a mother eating a baby. Yeah.
So grotesque.
Very fucked.
Have you ever opened the fridge, closed it, and opened it again to see if more food spawned? I have not done that. I'm gonna go do that real quick, actually, and see what happens.
You have to quit the server first and then come back in.
The illusion.
Yeah, you just yeah, you just quit the server. Don't you know it's
We're
it's an
living.
exploit. All the pros do it.
I know.
That's how you end World Hunger. You just quit the server. Why am I laughing so hard at this joke? It's not that funny.
We're living at a simulation. Humanity is a lie. Oh, look at this. What is this over here?
Think we're living in a simulation?
Remember when Earth was a beta? I don't know if we're living in a simulation, to be honest.
Oh, actually, it reminds me. Is this channel? I think it was like originally it was like a channel devoted to, like broadcasting updates for Overwatch.
Huh?
But then it went quiet for a while. Now it's back with something called Real World Patch Notes, and they basically describe global events like it's a video game. And it's hilarious. Like, they refer to the coronavirus as a global event. Like, it's an MMO server, and it's like an event that's really unpopular with most of the players.
It's Tier Zoo. Oh, that's what it's called?
It's not Tier Zoo, it's definitely not. It's some other channel.
Oh.
And they refer to, like certain economic things, like, you know, the slavery meta in parts of Africa. And it's like every month is a new patch.
Tier Zoo does the same. What does Tier Zoo do? Oblivion was talking about that.
I don't watch that channel, but I know it's stuff like describing evolutionary history, like, you know, dinosaur eras and stuff in, like, video game terms that the young people can understand.
The young people.
So it's like, yeah, like mass extinctions events were like the biggest meta change of this time period and shit. So it's like, you know, dinosaurs died, mammals were in. I never found it too interesting to watch, but I like it when you apply it to like real world news.
It's one way to consume news, yeah.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
And it makes it funny.
Like people that go and watch news based off of like political satire or John Oliver.
Yeah, my mom watches John Oliver. I used to like him. I found he got a little more snarky as he went along. And he just became very...
It's funny as shit, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
He became what?
He was funny at first, and I found a lot of what he did very interesting, very eye-opening, but I don't know. It was like he got...
Mainstream?
No, like... Is it weird to say political? Because it felt like...
Political?
It felt like he had an angle. Not only that, but yeah, he did get really annoyingly snarky. And people ended up quoting him for saying, it's the current year. Oh, we got goo.
Hey.
I am
What can we do again?
right away.
Oh, we can make, what can we make with goo again? I
That's the
forgot.
thing, I found like a lot of these like political comedians, I don't know, it's like, they get really pretentious, I find.
Yeah, to an extent I can see that.
Like, it's like they feel like less like they're comedians and more like they are trying to, like, lecture you as time goes on. It's hard to describe, but it's just another reason why politics is shit and why we should all stop thinking about politics.
But yeah, people live and die off of politics stuff. So
I was like, yep, this is why I hate politics. That said, it can be fun, especially when it gets... Because that's the thing, I love drama.
you love drama.
Oh yeah, which is why the 2016 election was so fun to watch. And I say that knowing that there's a lot of people who still very much despise Trump. And I want to make it clear, I do not support him in any way whatsoever. Like, I do
Good.
not get involved in the actual ideology of politics, but man, he was a troll. And actually,
Even at the right time.
here's how good of a troll he was. When he won the primary election that night, the Canadian immigration website crashed.
Oh my god.
From the traffic. And it's like, he hasn't even won the general election yet, and already crashed the immigration website. Holy shit.
Everyone wanted to leave.
Yeah. There's so many Americans who threaten I'm gonna move to Canada. Oh, you know what was really weird? Like, this is where it got surreal. Do you know a guy named Don Cherry?
It rings a bell.
I'm actually surprised. I didn't think you would.
It rings a bell, but I'm not too familiar with
Okay,
him.
so a long time ago, he was a hockey player. Then he became a hockey coach. Hey, hey, Bloodroom. Just got home. Gonna lurk while I eat a bit. Yeah, we're talking about whatever we're talking about. So
Politics.
So Don Cherry was back in ye olden days, probably when homosexuality was still a crime. He was a hockey player. Then he became a hockey coach. And then he hosted a show called Coach's Corner, which was just like, it was like a show that broke down hockey and like different plays and shit. You've probably seen something similar with football, right?
Yes. I have.
Don Cherry is a national treasure. And there will be people
Canada?
who will resent that because he's a very, like, he can be a bit racist. The guy's like 80 right now. But here's the thing. It's like, I can kind of forgive that, and I forgive for one reason, that's because everything that comes out of his mouth is fucking asinine. Like, he's our Alex Jones, basically.
God.
And, like, it gets funny. Like, I've seen people transcribe him, like, put, like, subtitles under him while he's talking. And that just makes it funnier, because you really get to see the shit that he says. He is senile.
He's one of those characters.
It's like, oh my god. For some reason, he did commentary once on basketball. Talking about... Oh, by the way, he never has an indoor voice. He always yells. Like his hearing aid is turned off. Or something.
That's my type of character. That's my type of,
Anyways, talking about a basketball play, talking about LeBron James. That's kind of what it sounds like. And it's like, there he is, he has the puck instead of the ball. It's like, I'm like, that could be excusable, but no, he's asinine. He's like, and of course, like I said, he was racist, and eventually, and probably appropriately, he did get canceled eventually. He got kicked out. But here's the thing, this is a guy who's like, oh, and here's the best part about him. You can immediately identify who he is without even, like, knowing what he looked like originally. Because he has the most fruity wardrobe you will ever see. He has these, like, custom-made suits that have, like... Oh, it's like something Elton John would call over the top.
oh god.
Like, it is ridiculous. He's a very weird, eccentric figure, and that's why, even when you don't like hockey, you still watch Coach's Corner, because he's a crackpot.
For him, yeah.
But yeah, he got racist one too many times, because he's like this senile 80-year-old angry man.
Okay, he's old.
Yeah.
Are you playing with viewers? I don't think I'm playing with viewers this time. But next time, if I'm playing RAFT, I am down to play with viewers.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I guess
I'm always saying that because I'm about to probably gonna end the stream pretty soon.
Oh yeah, how long have we been doing this for?
3 hours.
Damn.
3 hours. Yeah.
3 hours, damn.
We've made a lot of progress.
Anyway, yeah. And we've talked about a lot of subjects. From language to history to Don Cherry. Speaking of which...
Don Cherry.
Yeah, the reason why I brought him up in the first place, so after Trump won the primary, he texted. Oh, Peter's here. Hi, Peter. We're talking about a Canadian national treasure. So after Trump won the
Canadian national
primaries,
treasure.
Don Cherry tweeted out, to all the Americans who want to move to Canada, please don't. We already have enough liberals here. It's like,
God.
it felt so surreal. It's like, what the fuck?
Damn.
It's like I'm in an episode of The Twilight Zone.
Yikes.
But man, there was nothing more fun than seeing people melt down on election night in 2016. Like, and you could scroll through the timelines and see the confidence in Hillary winning just fade. Like, that is going to be my, like, midlife crisis nostalgia moment right there. Is the 2016 election and just the amount of insanity that was involved in it.
I know I was genuinely concerned, but thank God he's not
so were a
president
lot
anymore,
of people. I guess I didn't really think about that at the time, honestly. I'm just like, everyone says he's gonna lose, and the one thing I hate more than Trump's policies is people who are arrogant. I hate arrogance.
Oh yeah.
It was weirdly satisfying for me, but obviously it did not turn out well.
I didn't think he was gonna win, so I just sat there for 5 minutes and
I didn't know what to think. I thought at first when I heard he was running, I'm like, this should be fun. I didn't know what I was expecting, but I knew it was going to be fun. Then he gained steam and like he might actually win.
I know. I was like, oh shit, people are actually voting for him? What
and
the
then meme
fuck?
culture got a hold of him. Suddenly, he became the first president to get memed into office.
Yeah, got it.
And he got people to associate... Well, not even he, just, like, 4chan and, like, his supporters got people to associate Pepe with racism. And got him, like... And that's a sign of good trolling, when you can get, like, some random symbol associated with, like, racism getting registered by the Anti-Defamation League. That's how you know you're doing a good job trolling. I feel like I'm going a mile a minute with my words here.
That is, I just think it was so weird that he got Pepe to be a race. I don't know how that even happened.
It's like nothing he did was like outright like. Again, he's a 70-year-old Republican, so of course he's going to be some kind of racist. But it's like he wasn't like. People were saying he was going to put gay and trans people in concentration camps. Like, that's absurd. And again, that's how you know he's a good troll, when he gets people to react like that.
Loves attention. That's him.
Oh, that's something else I realized about him, is that there's something I've heard, and that is like, your politicians are like the product of the country they were raised in. And it's like, when you think about it, Trump is pretty much an American. It's like, he started on TV reality. He did cameo appearances in wrestling.
He did, yes.
He's like this business owner who also went bankrupt. He's gone like, how the hell do you go bankrupt owning a casino, anyways? He's also this big he's this big egotistical loudmouth with a spray-on tan and probably some like Botox. It's like, yep, that's America.
That's what you think. That's what you think America is.
That's what everyone thinks America is. It's like it's Trump.
Interesting.
Trump incarnate. It's like he's the avatar of American culture.
Trump is the avatar of American culture. It's been confirmed.
And that's another thing. The election like really made me think about American culture in a way I never had before.
Bad or a good way?
Just in a way, and like, because people say America doesn't have culture. It's like they steal other people's culture. I say, no, America has culture. It's just that it's been exported so widely across the world, you forget it exists.
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
Culture's unique.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I think America is described as with one word, and that's sensationalism.
Sensationalism.
Think about it. This is the country let's look at some notable things America has made. WWE.
Oh yeah.
They turned the traditional Olympic sport of wrestling into theater. Like, it's theater at this point. They don't even try to act anymore. Like, I've seen people get body slammed into Lego. At that point, it's not a sport. But think about all the other things that came from America. America created reality TV. America gave us Dr. Phil, Judge Judy, To Catch a Predator. These are all just there for the sensationalism of it all.
Hmm.
And that's the thing. Everything is good attention to Trump because he understands that there is no such thing as bad publicity, especially when you have like a lot of confidence and a big ego to back you up.
Oh yeah, he took advantage of that for sure.
Yeah, it's the thing. You could call him a racist, you could call him a sexist, you could call him a pedophile, he doesn't care. But he also gets like really immature over the most interesting things. But at the same time, he's too egotistical to like have any kind of self-awareness of that.
Look at his Twitter.
Exactly.
That's all you gotta know.
The shit poster president.
Oh boy. Alright, I think this island is a good stopping point. We can
Let's
everything's
see if we can
saved,
make
right?
an anchor first before we officially leave off.
How do we anchor? Let's see.
I need one more stone. You have any?
I do, let me throw it at you.
Yeah. Still, Trump was definitely an interesting point in American history, and I don't think people can forget of him that easily. It's like, for better or for worse, mainly for worse, he became the president.
I mean, yep, he's gonna go down in the history books, so.
I mean, not all of his policies were bad, but then again, a broken clock is twice a day.
Oblivion, I can't see all those symbols. What are you trying to write there? Just Nani? You're just typing all random symbols in my chat.
By the way, you wanna exit out so I can close the world?
How? Yeah.
Otherwise, you lose all your items.
Oh, if you leave first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, well,
So it's good to know.
Honestly, this went better than I expected, although I fear I've touched on politics a little too much.
Oh, that was good, Graham. That was fun. We'll have to do more collabs, all right?
Honestly, I want to do this again a lot more. That said, this time won't work for me in a lot of times because I've got this RPG group going, and
Yeah, we'll figure it out
this
another
is
time.
supposed to be the time slot for that. But yeah, honestly, you're a nice guy. This went way better than I thought. This is the kind of shit I was hoping for when it came to being a VTuber, just having a conversation with someone.
Yes, and then I'm sure I can invite you to my podcast because you have a lot to say about.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like 60% of the dialogue was me, at least 60%.
Nah. I will catch you later, my dude.
Yeah, this has been fun. Thank you for coming. Thank you to everyone who watched. You're always a big help, regardless of how many people are watching. And I think I need to go to bed now because it's almost midnight here.
Yeah. Oh, before you leave, how do people support you? YouTube, Twitch, Twitter?
I'm on YouTube. I don't stream on Twitch, and I could do an entire podcast about why I don't stream on Twitch.
How? Yeah.
But,
how do people find you on YouTube? It is.
That's just my channel name, Grim Graham, GrimGraham. Do you not have a? Did you not put a link in your stream? Because I put a link to your Twitter.
I did. Yes. Let me pull up the YouTube actually. Your YouTube actually.
Yeah, but
thanks. Easy link.
Like, as someone who just got started with this, I need followers. I think my average to stream was like 3 or 4 people. Like, it dipped. It got to a high of 6.
Woo!
But yeah, this was amazingly fun. And let's just do it again. And Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, you have a good night, my dude.
You too.
Take care.
Once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of that ship was a Billy at Tea. The winds blew hard, her bow dipped down, and blow, my bully boys blow. Ha! Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Ha! Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of that ship was a Billy at Tea. The winds blew hard, her bow dipped down, and blow, my bully boys blow. Ha! Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Ha! Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of that ship was a Billy at Tea. The winds blew hard, her bow dipped down, and blow, my bully boys blow. Ha! Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Ha! Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.